kill Michael Myers! It's impossible!
This is what happens when you work to change things.
You're being a little bitch.
What do you fucking want from me? Get off my dick!
You know, if you don't understand the situation, it's better sometimes not to speak and just be proven a complete imbecile in the matter.
Oh, I completely agree, Tony. Completely agree. Rest in peace. Maybe.
Man, fuck you. I think you a bitch. You understand what I'm saying?
Another blunt, man.
Well, good evening.
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying it? What are you saying?
Huh? Model 3 dude, how you doing, sir?
Crazy, then they fight.
Ron, Lynn, Manuel, Charlotte, hello?
I don't really think that's the case.
Vote for Pedro.
And then all of a sudden you change the world.
And all of a sudden you change the world and you go to prison for 11 years. Here we go.
Frankie, let me say I'm not a financial advisor. Anything that I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Whatever I say in this video is my opinion. May not necessarily be factual. Don't buy, sell, or hold a stock because of anything that I say in this video. Do your own DD. Look.
Hopefully that's the only disclaimer we hear tonight.
I was watching Lou from Wall Street video. And I think it was his last video. In the video, he's going over an article. And you can tell by him reading the article, you know, Wall Street is kind of like mocking retail investors that's in or that was in the AMC MOASS play.
Mocking.
And
it's not nice.
Make it seem like the retail investors that was in the MOASS play, they were stupid and they didn't know what they was doing. And they was wrong. But see, actually, it's to the contrary. The retail investors that was invested in the AMC MOASS play, they knew exactly what they was doing. The retail investor was right. What they did. Right.
Wow. Okay.
And the 1%ers, they didn't win.
What?
What happened was that the retail investors that was invested in the AMC MOASS play, they was robbed. They got robbed out of the MOASS play.
Oh.
They got robbed out of the shares, and they got robbed out of their money. They was robbed. It ain't like, man, they didn't know what they were doing.
Okay.
And the only reason why the retail investors didn't get paid off the AMC MOASS play.
Let me guess. It's because they didn't sell. It's because they didn't sell, right? What are the odds he's going to say that? Everything is probabilities. What is the probability of that he will say they didn't get paid because they didn't close their position at the appropriate time? Yeah. Yeah, right.
Was because of fraud, corruption.
Womp, womp, womp.
And see, look, retail investors, when it came to the AMC MOASS play.
This is some revisionist history.
Mistakes.
Two?
Big mistakes.
Two.
One mistake, in my opinion, is they made a mistake, and a lot of people, man, lost money. I lost money because we made a decision to support the wrong company, the wrong CEO, and the wrong
wasn't a fundamental play
at AMC. We supported the wrong company. We supported a company that and a CEO that's Wall Street friendly, that look at his funds but don't care too much about retail investors. That's the first mistake. The second mistake is crucial. Retail investors, man, in the AMC MOASS play
didn't sell at the right time.
They made a mistake by not taking profits.
There it is.
We made a mistake by not taking profits.
There it is.
Or not taking our initial I
have to say I'm shocked.
Investment off the table when that stock ran to $72. That was a major mistake. And see what it is, when most of us got into this AMC short squeeze play, a lot of us was naive and a lot of us was greedy. As a result of that, hopefully we learned from it. I know I did, but probably some people probably didn't learn from it. I learned from it.
Hell no, they didn't.
Look, ever since I've been in this GTII short squeeze play,
GTII,
I listen to Ham probably every other day, if not every day, especially when he come on Williams' show. And look, and I monitor what he's doing on Twitter. One thing I learned from Ham is that no matter what short squeeze play this ain't no financial advice. Do what you want to do. I'm going to entertain on YouTube. But no matter what short squeeze play you in, if that stock run, you should always be willing to take profits. If you start running, even if it's a short squeeze play, if that stock run to a point to where you can take profits and you can take your initial investment off the table, you should do that. I don't care if it's a short squeeze play or not. You know, you might want to just play with house money or play with half of your money. But if that stock run, you should always be willing to take profits and take your initial investment off.
Okay. The problem here is that, you know, that's not what these people were saying at the time. I mean, and that's good advice going forward. I mean, you know, for what it's worth. But what if you're in a short squeeze play, or what you believe to be a short squeeze play, and the price runs, but, you know, all of your favorite financial advisors on YouTube are sitting there saying, this is not the squeeze, this isn't the squeeze, don't sell, this isn't the squeeze. Because that's what happened. It's absolutely what happened. And so, you know, I would feel a little bit better if he acknowledged that, and said, you know, the AMC influencers were wrong. You know, investors are wrong all the time. But anyway, yeah, interesting.
Off the table. It's no way, man, when AMC ran and it went to $72, man, we should have took profit. Just my personal.
And some people did. Some people did. A lot of people here did.
Opinion. I'm entitled to it. Trust me, I'm in GTI short squeeze play right now. I'm in finger short squeeze play right now. If that play run, you better believe I'm going to take my initial investment off the table. I'm going to take profit. It's just.
Well, that's a big if.
That's simple. And another thing, I've been watching, you know, I've been watching, man, people in the play. And I get it when people in the play, in the AMC short squeeze play, they say, man, we in the play and we stuck. And they say, well, it don't make sense for me to lead the play because I'm 90% down. I'm stuck in the play. I get it. You see what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't leave either if I'm 90% down. I'm stuck in the play. But here's another problem. I'm seeing people saying, you know, because I'm stuck in the play and I'm here now, I shouldn't say anything bad about the company. I shouldn't say anything bad about the stock of Adam.
Who cares?
And I think that you're absolutely wrong and you're making a major mistake. Because the fact of the matter is, you should never let Adam, if you're in this stock and you're trapped in this stock and you're 90% down, you should never let Adam Aaron forget what he did to you as far as you losing your money. You should continue to pull up on Adam Aaron, in my opinion, every time you get an opportunity, and you should press Adam Aaron for your money. You see what I'm saying? And my thing is, man, and you should not let Adam Aaron at any time feel like it's business as usual and he can go ahead and do what he want to do. You have to hold Adam Aaron responsible, man, for what he did. And look, here's another thing. Check this out. Adam Aaron, in my opinion, the powers to be, the 1%, man, look, they've been managing AMC the whole time. If you don't know that they've been managing AMC and the short squeeze play, man, by this time, man, you got to be crazy. I don't know what's wrong with you. But look, they know everybody cost average that's in the AMC short squeeze play. They know what everybody cost average is. So in my opinion, what they're doing, they keeping the price low. And they keeping the price low because they don't want people to be able, they know, man, if they let the stock go to a price to where, you know, it meets everybody cost average, they know people going to leave and they going to sell. That's not what they want. And what they doing, in my opinion, man, they keeping people trapped in the stock. So they keeping the price low. So what they saying is, we going to get you out of the stock. And if you want to get out of the stock, you got to sell. But if you sell, you're going to sell at a loss. That's what they doing right now. So they don't want people to lead the AMC stock or the AMC short squeeze play unless they get hurt. You see what I'm saying? It's just the way it is, man. They don't want you to lead the stock unless you get financially hurt. And here's another thing. See, look, in the AMC short squeeze play, in AMC, you got a large amount of retail investors. You got a large amount of retail investors. And see, in my opinion, what they doing, they trying to financially destroy retail investors, and they trying to kill retail investor spirit because they don't want retail investors to be in the stock market anymore.
What?
Retail,
that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. Yes, they want you to be in there so they can take your money. Not because of any, you know, illegal actions or activities or anything, but because most of the time retail investors buy at the top and sell at the bottom. Like there's nothing new there. Nothing new. But the notion that they don't want retail investors in the market, come on, that makes no sense. Maybe they don't want the apes in the market. That doesn't make any sense either, though, to me. So anyway, if you want the number, now Manuel has it, I think, so.
Threat to the short seller business model. And that business model is illegal naked short. And
What? No, it's not.
they've used that business model to steal over the
Based on the baseless allegation. I mean, it is amazing to me how this became so entrenched in this narrative. There's been zero evidence presented for that. But somehow that is the short seller's business model, naked shorting. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense from a technical standpoint, because the hedge fund isn't anyway.
The past decade prodded trillions of dollars from retail investors. So they want to use the AMC short squeeze play, in my opinion, as a play, like I said, to financially destroy retail investors, just my opinion. And they want to break retail.
I mean, another problem with that thesis is that, how many retail investors are in AMC? I don't know. 4 million, 3 million, 2 million, who knows? But the point is, it's not everybody. Only a small percentage of the investing public has even heard of this. So why would it make sense that whoever they are, hedge funds, the market gatekeepers, I guess, they don't want retail investors in the market. So they target, the most overzealous, fanatical subset and take their money. It makes no sense. I mean, Wall Street is more equal opportunity than that. They'll take anybody's money, right? Especially if you're giving it away. Anyway. And it kind of sounds like he might be Model 3 dude. I don't know. But if we add QAnon in there, can we add QAnon in there with that as well? Because that's part of it, apparently.
Investor spirit, and they want retail investors out of the stock market. And I close with this, man. Look, don't you ever think that Adam Aaron and the 1%ers is not in the position to let you out of this play. Don't you ever think that Adam Aaron, in my personal opinion, and the 1%ers is not controlling this play or managing this play? They can let retail investors out of this play anytime they want to. But
what do you mean let them out? You're free to fucking leave whenever you want. And Model 3 dude, I got a video here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Look at that. Look at that guy. I mean, I trust this guy, don't you? Yeah, we're going to get to that one. Unfortunately, we will.
The point is,
he's lost his fucking mind.
To let him out. They don't want to let retail investors out of that AMC short squeeze play or out of that stock unless they hurt. And I
mean, that doesn't even make sense. Like, I mean, I guess it does from his standpoint, because they, a big part of the whole reason that they got in this was to punish short sellers and, to manipulate the market higher, yada, yada, yada. But I really don't think that institutional investors are making decisions based on what they want retail investors to do in this way. I mean, the sense is that especially professional investors are there to make money, right? I mean, that's the point. So, I mean, they did that at every point along the way here. Yeah, he needs to move the fuck on. He needs to move on. Let's see. AA praise daily. You guys get out of this play. He might be now, or maybe because in 2021 he was courting the apes, so to speak. But then they needed to raise money, and Well, he never asked them again, but he just assumed that they were against it. So that's when the ape thing was born, and then they started hating him. So he went from, beloved silverback CEO to hated short seller helper, and all that. Probably somewhere in the middle is more accurate. Like, yeah, he's the CEO. Of course, he doesn't care about you. It's not really his job. But it was emotional. It was an emotional play. But I would argue that how was it emotional? How did that come about? That wasn't because of anything that happened, on the stock chart, or anything that anybody else did. That was the apes doing. That was as a result of all of this social media, was a result of the endless pumping, and all that. Trey and Matt Coles and Shart the Vix and all those guys, Review Pork, and all of our favorites who've all moved on a long time ago, and they all made money a long time ago. But I agree. I mean, emotions were wrapped up in it, and that's just bad news when it comes to this, because then you're saying, I'm never selling. I'm never going to sell. They're never going to get my shares. Okay, clearly they didn't need them to bring the short interest down to 12%. We'll take a look at that. Almost done.
I said, man, they really don't want, because retail investors are powerful.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Come on. No. Yeah, they are when they have free fucking money from the Fed. When they have free money, they could be. But they don't now. We don't have free money from the Fed. So, no, retail investors are powerless, and that's fine. We don't have to move the market. We don't move the market. We don't have to. Doesn't matter. You can still make money if you know what you're doing, or you can invest for long term, or you can swing trade. But the notion that you'll make it all in one trade, one massive short squeeze, is flawed from the beginning. That was flawed from the beginning. And retail investors, they provide this little thing that people need called exit liquidity. So why in the world? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Where is he getting that from? I mean, I think he feels like he's unwanted, maybe. So he's extrapolating that to they don't want retail investors in the market. Okay, that's retarded. Okay,
don't want retail investors in the market no more.
That's dumb.
Short sellers.
You're not a fucking threat. If you were a threat, why is the price the fucking all-time lows? That makes no fucking sense. Come on.
I want to try to push you out of the market. So I would say, man, I don't know about you. I'm gonna get my money back. I'm gonna continue, man, to use the stock market.
Yeah, right.
Continue to use crypto as a way to build financial wealth. Just gonna find a way to get out of the corruption. And man, you should never let Adam Aaron go on with business as usual. You should continue to press him for your money if you stuck in this stock, because man, like I said, they can let you out of this stock if they want to. Thank you for taking time out to watch the video.
If they want to, I mean, so I don't know. It's just ridiculous. Good question, Manuel. Will Adam Arno alienate AMC by bypassing studios for Taylor Swift concert? Hadn't thought of that, but I mean, maybe it was the perfect pounce, though. I mean, maybe it was the perfect pounce because the studios are dealing with the writer's strike and stuff. So maybe it was the perfect time. I don't know. Model 3 Dude says nope. So, all right. Okay, this was one from Manuel the other day, yesterday, I think. And this was, he subtitled this AMC MOASS prophecy. And I see why. We got a King James, first book of Kings, chapter 10. Okay, it's interesting.
With the wealth transfer, When you talk about the wealth transfer, they get angry, upset, and mad. I actually was kicked out of a Christian Facebook group because I was talking about what? The wealth transfer. Let's look here in First Kings chapter 10, and it just talks about all the blessings, all the financial prosperity
That's cool.
that King Solomon received. And if you keep
Well, that's good for King Solomon.
going down to verse 22, you're going to see something here. For the king had merchant ships at sea with the fleet of Haram. Once every 3 years, the merchant ships came bringing gold, silver, ivory, apes, and monkeys. So King Solomon surpassed all the kings of the earth in riches and wisdom. Hallelujah. Let's go ahead and make our confession.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Father God, for giving me riches and wisdom. What? Riches and wisdom. See? You need the money and the wisdom with it. My goodness. Ooh, thank you, Father God, for the money and the wisdom with it. That's the way my mom used to say it. Hallelujah to Jesus. But I want to draw your attention. We read verse 22 and 23. Do you see that word apes? Talking about AMC stock now. Do you see that word monkeys? As you know, most meme cryptocurrencies, they have some type of animal as a symbol of that token or coin. For instance, we know about Shiba Inu.
Yes.
Right? We know about BNB Tiger.
Never heard of it.
BNB Lion.
Never heard of it.
All right. Well, for AMC, the mascot is the ape and or the monkey.
Well, I don't think it's the mascot. We're not talking about a crypto. And monkeys, I don't know. This is bizarre. This is some fucking bizarre shit. Wow.
Ma. Now let's go ahead and take a look at my portfolio. See, I believe in
17,500.
Good news today. AMC Entertainment is up. All right. We see GameStop.
Wow.
All is on the way. But let's go ahead, take a quick look at the portfolio.
Yep.
All right.
Maybe I should have been a Christian anti-MOASS channel. That would have been very unique. It would have been pretty unique. Use the Bible to disprove what he's saying, but of course you can use the Bible to prove anything if you want to. The ultimate in, grift material. Okay. Well, now we need to talk about this. So, Jason, however you say that name, is fighting to be on AMC's board. Fighting to be on the board. Let's see. Okay, friends.
Hey, friends, welcome to Stocks and Crypto.
Oh, he brought the applause back. It's got to appear popular, I guess, for that vote.
Stock and Investor Place did an article on me, a very favorable one. So
how much did that one cost?
It was a surprise to me, but I am grateful, and I want to share it with you on our channel here. This is good for all of us here on our team because I am running for the AMC Board of Directors. And
is that how it works?
When I get on the board, then I will represent you, the retail shareholders, because I'm one of you. We're on the same team, and when I get there,
I'm not sure that that's really the best. Sounds like it could be a conflict of interest, honestly. But anyway, here's the document. Okay, all right. We got a change.org. Change.org. 3.8 million everyday retail shareholders that control the majority of the corporation. Is that true? I'm not sure. Every vote counts. To retain your right to vote in AMC's Board of Directors election on November 8th, 2023, your shares must not be on loan and or settled in your name by September 25th. It could take 10 days to recall your shares, reach out to your brokers. Every vote counts. 500 supporters. Wait, how many? 744. Next goal is 1,000. 100 people, 105 people signed a day. Okay. All right. Well, he's getting there.
I will speak for us, the retail shareholders, and it's a win-win because the retail shareholders are very smart. We know what we're doing. We tried to stop the reverse split, and we know what's best for AMC, and we know what's best for the shareholders. So we'll have a voice.
I mean, how can you possibly say that? You know what's best. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm pushing back on that. You don't think that the company needed to raise money. You thought that the company was doing fine financially. Now, we can tell from the fucking numbers that that's not true. So, that's ridiculous. But, this is one of the people that was against the ape conversion and all that stuff. And yada, yada, yada. Highly uninformed. So, how can you say that? How can you say that? He's a prophet. Is that a Freudian, the prophet or prophet? Because I think it's the first one, because it's certainly not the second. It's not the latter. That's funny. Maybe. Yeah. Anyway.
AMC board. Now, here's what Investor Place wrote about.
And he's put his jacket on. He put his sport jacket on there for this, presentation.
It says retail investor Jason is fighting to become on AMC.
Oh, I was hoping he'd say his last name.
Board. AMC Entertainment retail investor wants to take a seat on its board. Popular YouTube commentator Jason has launched a campaign for...
He couldn't even say it.
Fellow investors seem to support him, but it remains unclear how AMC will respond. A unique voice in the retail investing community is working to gain a spot on AMC's Entertainment's board. Earlier this week, Jason uploaded a video to his YouTube channel announcing that he plans on running for a seat on the board and asking other retail investors to support him. In the video, Jason makes it clear that he is running to represent the interests of retail investors, describing himself as an AMC ape. And promising, I will be fighting for all of you.
I wonder if he knows about that the Bible
the popular YouTube channel
predicted the apes.
Frequently makes videos discussing AMC stock and offering his take on what investors should do. He voiced criticism of the recent reverse stock split, warning that it could have severe consequences. I love that, friends. So if anyone ever says, you know what, Jason from
here he's getting ready to say that he was right.
Stocks and Crypto Place, he never warned us about this reverse split. He wanted it. No, I didn't want it. I never wanted it. All my videos show that I tried to fight the reverse split with everything I could. Every day I warned everyone. And in my videos, I said what happens is they take 90% of your shares, and then day one, it'll crash hard. And day two, even harder. And day three, even harder. So, and that's exactly what happened.
You see that smile there? A little sly little smile. See, he knows he's right. He knows he's right. And then that gives him the clout to be on the board of directors. Imagine this. The board of directors This clown wants to be on the fucking board of directors. I'm not going to go look at the profiles of the other people that are on the board of directors, but I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Yeah, I don't think he knows. I don't think he has any clue what the board of directors is or does.
I warned all of us so we could be protected from that, all right? And other YouTubers are telling everyone to vote yes, you know, like Thomas James, every single day telling everyone to vote yes. And, you know, my question is, you know, does he live in America, number one?
No, he doesn't.
Number two, what hedge fund does he work for? Those are my personal opinions, okay? Now, me, I'm one of you. I'm a retail ape. So, an AMC
how do we know? But how do we know that, though? I mean, he could be the shill. He could be the hedge fund plant. How do we know? How do we actually know? I don't think we do. Yeah, what level of experience gives him the right to be on any board? As far as I can tell, none. As far as I can tell, none. I mean, I think he and I have about the same level of experience and qualification, which is absolutely zero. I'll be right, straight up, out front. You know, no sugarcoating. I sure as hell don't belong on a board. So I have to imagine that a less informed AMC grifter also, yeah, I mean, it would be a total shit show. I mean,
companies,
maybe, like, I don't know. It's just bizarre. It's just bizarre.
I'm one of you. I'm a retail ape. So an AMC stock ape on the company's board, question mark. Jason has made it clear that he intends to fight for the board seat he's seeking. Yesterday, he posted another video to his YouTube channel advertising a call to action for AMC investors to help secure him a spot on the ballot. In an attempt to demonstrate this further, Jason has launched an online petition. Okay, and then right there, it has a hyperlink.
Nothing more useful than an online petition, let me tell you.
Right there in the article, it goes right to the petition. And as you can see, we have 619 signatures already, which makes me the #1 nominee based on signatures, okay? Thanks to all of you. And our next goal is to get to 1,000. Can you help us get there, friend?
I mean, theoretically, shouldn't he be able to get 12,500 signatures pretty quick, pretty easily? I mean, he's got 12,500 subscribers on his channel. I mean, he only got 268 upvotes, though. Somebody gave him $500 Hong Kong. I don't know how that translates to American. I'll look that up. What is 500 Hong Kong to American?
Just click the link and you can get there. You just sign it and the AMC leadership will see this, all right? Make your voice heard because you've always said, friends, you've
about $64.
We're tired of just hearing about it. What are you going to do about it to help us? Here I am, friends. I am ready to work for you every day on the AMC board. As a retail shareholder representative representing you on the board. Okay? To show how retail investors are in his corner. On change.org, he makes a case. Let's see.
There's some skeptical people down there.
Representation on the company's board is needed. As he states, AMC recently effected a 10-for-1 stock conversion and reverse split. Retail investors lost 90% of their shares and nearly 90% of its value, contrary to management's expectations. Retail investors warned management that the exact situation would occur, and alas, their worst fears occurred. This could have been avoided, and had someone on the board who is personally invested in AMC sat on the board to represent the interests of retail shareholders. Quote. As of this writing, the petition has 297 signatures out of its goal of 500.
I mean, the interest of retail shareholders is, I mean, yeah, like that's wrapped up in their existing mandate. Like the interest of retail shareholders is, the same thing as the company doing well, because retail shareholders would benefit from a strong fundamental outlook on the company. So if he wants to represent the interest of retail shareholders, and he's saying that, he would be there to strengthen the company, to help, lead, which is what the board, would be doing anyway. So I don't see it. I don't see it. The board can't vote their own interests. Nobody's interested in retail. He just needs the puppet on his hand.
59 people have already signed it today. Now, this was written, I think, yesterday, in that range. In addition, many viewers have expressed their support for Jason's campaign by commenting on his videos. According to a member of the AMC community, Jason has reached out to the company about submitting his nomination. However, he notes that AMC's Investor Relations Department has yet to acknowledge the email. That is very true. AMC Investor Relations still to this day right now has not acknowledged my email.
Because
continue to do my best.
Because it's a joke?
I've also reached out to Mr.
So he's doing his best to get on the ballot. Okay.
The attorney that represented Rose Izzo. I expect to hear from him on Tuesday because Monday's a holiday, and I'm going to seek his advice on what's the best way to get on the ballot. Now, this is a very powerful way to get on the ballot because the AMC board members will see that you friends, you supporters want me on the board, and you're nominating me, and we will get on the ballot, and then once I'm on the ballot, I'll win that election. And, I'll be representing you.
Okay.
So what comes next? It is clear that retail investors who hold AMC stock believe that they need proper representation.
That's garbage.
Jason
What?
has a shot at winning if he can successfully make it onto the ballot. This is Investor Place speaking, not me, and I agree with them. If that happens, it could set a new precedent for retail investors taking a more active role in the companies.
God, this is a joke. I mean, was Investor Place like the new Benzinga? Is it the new Motley Fool? I mean, they've had some questionable ass shit. Samuel O'Brien is the author. And on the day of this publication, Samuel O'Brien did not have, indirectly or directly, any positions in the securities mentioned. Okay. He's been covering financial markets and analyzing economic policy for 3+ years. Okay, so he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's new. His areas of expertise include EV stocks, green energy, and NFTs. Loves helping everyone understand the complexities of economics. Oh, okay. He's ranked in the top 15% of stock pickers on tip ranks. Oh, okay. What does he actually do? I don't know. How would he represent Apes? Well, there's 2 minutes left in the video. Maybe he'll tell us.
Behind. Jason clearly sees potential for AMC stock. As of now, the company has issued no statement regarding his candidacy, nor has CEO.
Why would they? They're not going to.
All right. So that's the article. How cool is that? Shout out to Investor Place. Much respect to them for doing this article on me. It was a total surprise to me, and I am grateful. It was a favorable article, and I highly respect them for this. This was very nice. So do I feel really good about my opportunity to get on the AMC board? Yes, with your support, with you in my corner. We are a strong team, and God above will bless me and put me on the board.
Bless you.
And I can do good things for people. I can help retail share investors.
Oh, God, this is pathetic.
We've never had a voice. Let's get on the board.
A voice?
Let's have a voice, okay? I will represent you.
How?
Every day and fight for you every day.
How? Tell us how.
Because otherwise, without it, we have no voice, friends. So I'm
What?
All right, so hit like, subscribe.
Your voice.
Share this powerful video with a friend. Just text it to them because why? I'm uploading it on a Saturday. on a holiday weekend. It's going to be very challenging to get views, but I still wanted to get it out as soon as possible.
Okay,
It's a fresh
good.
new.
Congratulations. All right. Now, this is interesting here. There's a lot of people that seem to be thinking the way that this guy's thinking. I'm thinking maybe it was Model 3 dude. I mean, sure seems like it. Like, I mean, I don't. Ugh, it's total garbage. Vote for Meet Kevin before you'd vote for him. Now, for governor of California or for membership on the board? Vote for what? But now there's a lot of people who have been saying, I've seen say things like what we're about to hear next here from Donnie. What did I call him earlier? And oh yeah, Donahue Black Shoals, George. That's because of another video that I have queued up here. We'll see that one in a little bit. So here's Donnie Black Shoals, George. But he's not going to talk about options here. He's going to talk about, actually he is going to talk about call options. But anyway, here we go. Or maybe, you know what? This is the one. Yes, this is the one. All right, here's Donnie Black Shoals, George.
We all know,
and yeah, skip the disclaimer.
That Ape and AMC should have combined $1.50 for $3, and then a reverse split should have made it $30. That is
$1.50 combined to $3, reverse split to $30. Okay, got it. That's what he was expecting.
For $3.
Let's hear it again.
We all know that Ape and AMC should have combined $1.50 for $3, and then a reverse split should have made it $30. That is what we were told. That is what Adam Aaron went on tour telling people. Somehow he had a crystal.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Or if he did, then there was a disclaimer. Should always be, known that, the market is what's pricing this stuff, not the CEO. So why would, even if he did say that and did not disclaim it with anything, do you listen to the CEO when he says what the stock price is going to be at a certain date in the future? Do you listen to anybody who says what the stock price is going to be at a certain date in the future? No, because nobody knows. Nobody knows. And it's the price discovery of an open market that will arrive at those prices. So what it should be, what we were told it would be, all this stuff is basically irrelevant. It's basically irrelevant because did it play out that way? I don't know. Let's find it. What's he trying to say here?
Still ball knowing exactly what price AMC would go down to and what price Ape would go down to.
Well, wouldn't it be nice if you knew exactly what any price of anything would go down or up to? You don't know what it's going to go down or up to. I mean, the notion that you could, that the CEO could, the notion that anybody could know that, any single person is ludicrous. Okay.
But that's not the purpose of this video. The fact that Adam Aaron, who's silent as hell, was a clairvoyant. The point is, a lot of people, based on the information that's being released, based on the reports that's being released, they believe that Ape is going to be added to the value of AMC on sometime next week. Let me not give a specific date, but sometime next week. Now, is that what should be done? Yes. Is that what legally should be done? Yes. Is that what morally should be done? Yes. But
morally, hey, morals had got nothing to do with this. Morally. Let's hope that they do the morally right thing. Yeah, okay. We can trust them to do that.
Going to happen? I don't think so. And here's why. First of all, who is going to make them follow the rules? We don't have any regulatory agencies or law enforcement agencies.
Well, if you
that make these.
Well, if you put Jason on the board, maybe he could force them to.
Bad actors follow the rules, or follow the rules that they made. They made their own rules, and then when we beat them at their own rules, they just ignore it.
Yeah, no, you beat them at their own rules. How did, what?
Because there's nobody there to force them to follow the rules.
Is there anybody there to force you to come to a complete stop at a fucking stop sign? Is there anybody there to force anybody to do anything? I'm sorry, that's not the kind of society we live in. And you know, quite frankly, I don't really understand. I don't really get this. I mean, what he wants he wants somebody checking over everything. I'm not really. I just don't. I'm just gonna let him continue here.
To force them to follow the rules. And the other reason why I don't think it's gonna happen. Think about this. Think about how many call options, AMC call options, will go in the money if the price just doubled.
The price is not going to just double. I mean, that you got to be fucking kidding me right now. It's just, you know, it's just going to double, and all these call options will go in the money. Okay.
$1.50 or $1.40 or $14 rather to the price of AMC in one day. All these option plays would go in the money, and it would send the market crazy. They are not going to allow that to happen. They would rather pay $100 billion in fines than allow us to have that many calls in the money. The only way I see anything good happening is when they run out of money. When their liquidity dries up and they have nowhere to turn, then I believe we will see our tennies. Until then, they can do what they want because we don't have any regulatory agencies that enforce the rules of the market. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what.
Well, that's not really true. There are. The problem is, yeah, you can't monitor everything. You can't monitor everything. You can't enforce rules in real time. But, you know, you cruise over to the SEC website and you see that, let me find the next video. Let's do these, try to do these in a bit of a method here. That there's a bit of a delay as far as when, you know, these regulatory actions come out. Now, Lynn here in the chat, she monitors that stuff pretty closely, and she might be able to tell us, you know, what the delay is. I mean, I'm seeing stuff on there from like 2020 now. So, yeah, we understand all the arguments for the short squeeze. We understand, we get it, okay, and we've been watching it since then as well. So that's really irrelevant. But you know, like I said, maybe just listen for a little bit before you start making an ass of yourself. And have you don't want this chat to jump all over you. I'm telling you. All right.
What's up, guys? Good morning. It's the weekend. I'm still out working, of course. But thanks to Mike, Clipper Mike, he had texted over this document. It sounds, I put it in the community section. Sounds like it's floating around. An old meth head cocaine face says that I can't understand or read things. Cool, whatever. But I'll put it up there because guess what? It'll get other people to investigate and read it. Now, based on what this document is stating, it sounds like Ape shares were officially supposed to stop trading on August 25th, and then it sounds like they'll be completely removed from the New York Stock Exchange or whatever it is on September 5th. So maybe, just maybe, what that's talking about, because me and Mike had a hard time yesterday. We were trying to figure this crap out. Like, where is Ape? Where is its market cap? Where did its value go? Why didn't we see the share price go up, considering? And this brings up a point. Is this basically mean that on September 5th, when it completely remove it, now all of its value will officially be in AMC since it's going to be officially converted, which doesn't make sense because the float is, people are already showing the float at the 151 free float or whatever it's supposed to be, right? So I still don't get it, man. I still haven't sat there and tried to figure out all the math across the board and say, okay, did they put the value of Ape back in? I mean, I'm never going to forget that Ape screwed us. Ape was a tool to win a vote. Ape was a tool to supposedly raise some money that saved AMC's ass, and that's fine. But I still feel like it was the evil stepsister, the wicked stepsister that basically stuck every one of us in the behind.
No, I think that was you guys. You guys were the evil stepsister or whatever you want to say. Because on one hand, you know, you want the you want the value of the shares of this company to go parabolic. That can't happen based on fundamentals. So it has to happen based on something else. Certainly wasn't fundamentals in 2021 when it did. Okay, right? We can all agree on that, I think. It was not based on fundamentals. Because literally the theaters were closed. They weren't even open. So it wasn't fundamental. All right. So now we have that. The Apes refused to allow the company to raise capital at a time when they needed to. So, I mean, you know, who's the evil stepsister or whatever? Like, the company that is doing, you know, whatever it has to do to raise money to keep the doors open, because that's the mandate that the board has. And by doing that, by growing, you know, strengthening the company fundamentally, investors will do better over time. But that was the wrong thing, according to these people, somehow. You know, so don't raise any money. But also, the stock price needs to go to the moon. Okay, you can't have it both ways. Yeah, it takes time. They make sure they have evidence. Evidence? What's that? I don't know what is meant by. What do you mean? What is meant by this evidence? It's a process, not a sting operation. That's a good way to put it. 2 years moving, actually moving fast. So Donahue George was complaining that there was nobody to force anybody to do anything in the market. And it's like, oh, yeah, well, there's nobody to force you to stop completely at a stop sign either. And unfortunately, you know, and personally, I'm kind of glad about that. So, you know, yeah, it takes a minute. It takes a bit for him to get to it.
And put us in this position. Thanks to Adam. Regardless, but I'm still wondering, like, is that what this means? We're finally going to see the value, which doesn't make sense. Why didn't the value go in right away? Now the stock's been manipulated down from 19 like we said it would, shorted back down and pushed down even lower.
Shorted back down. Is that why the short interest is so much lower now? I mean, let's think about that. Stocks go down for other reasons than shorting, Mike. I mean, it's just like it's so absurd. Yes, yeah, that it went down because they naked shorted it down. Clearly, I'll even say the O word. Obviously it did, right?
To some all-time lows, and they still haven't had the ape in there, or did they? See, that's the real question. So if you're listening in and you understand things better and you're smarter and you think that you know it, I'd like to know it. Drop your comments, guys. What you feel that this document actually means, and did we already receive our ape value theoretically, or are we going to see it now? Is that what that means? Or it's just a simple document stating that they're going to be completely removing it out of existence like it was never there before, and it's just a final cleanup. Your thoughts, let me know. I'm not going to read it all off to you. This is in my community section, but this right here is their notice that they're going to remove Ape completely off the exchange. So you can go to my community section and read it for yourself, just a 2-page document. But right here, I'm going to read what this says. The New York Stock Exchange hereby notifies the SEC of its intentions to remove the entire class of the stated securities from listing and registration. on the exchange at the opening of business on September 5th, 2023, pursuant to provision of rule blah blah 12D2-2A. So September 5th. Just wonder if that means that that's when it will completely be removed altogether. And could we see that value happen on the 5th? It just doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't add up.
Hi guys, welcome back to Morant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I'm going to bed. Right, I'm tired. Midnight's talk. There was a monsoon here in California, flooded. I just got in, my feet soaking wet. Who cares, right? 3 days and the market's open again. And then on Tuesday, I want you to think about that being like the last day that they're going to be able to shit on GameStop.
Oh, I am.
I really feel this way. Like, I know other people don't. They're like, oh, man, you can't be pumping stocks.
Oops.
You can't say it's going up. You don't know. They'll hold it down. And, yeah, who cares? For me, man, an earnings report...
Wait, okay, so... now, I'm confused here. I'm getting a bit of mixed signals. Because 3 days until rockets. But then he says he doesn't care if it goes down. Okay.
Positive. That's not quarter four. That would like rock the world. Considering we lost $100 million last year, $108 million the same quarter, I don't think we're going to lose $108 million. It's just me.
Yeah, it'll be $200 million.
But I want to know how close we get. I want to know how close we get to, a net zero position. But let them announce some crazy shit like, hey, man, we got enough money. We made some cash.
How is that possible?
Here's another stock. I don't care what they announce, if anything, right? But here's the true catalyst for GameStop. This movie's coming out, all right? Dumb Money. It's coming out. It's got all the big actors. And if you don't think people are going to watch it...
all the big actors, like Matt Coles and Trey.
and come home and be like, what is GameStop? What's going on with GameStop? Well, they're going to be able to look up and you're don't all the movies like basically talk about what happened already? Like the things that happened already, not the thing that a small group of people who didn't take advantage of what already happened keep saying is going to keep happening. Like what's his name? Keith Gill, Deep fucking value, Roaring Kitty, whatever you want to call him. I don't think he's in it, but if he was, that'd be funny. Do you think he'd sit there and say, you know what? Yeah, I made several $1 million, but the real squeeze is still coming. Don't think so. Don't think so. All right. Oh, they're positive. They have a good balance sheet. Holy shit, they made money. Yeah, I think that you can get some real juice on what is happening here. So I'll be sure to tell the whole world.
Oh, for sure.
What we're doing. But enjoy these 3 days off with your family, guys. If you have family coming over, remember, you've had this
blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, I really don't want to do this one, but It has to be done. I just cracked the new AMC algo, and it's fractals. Must see AMC stock update. Also SPY, Bed Bath & Beyond, GameStop. Fuck.
GameStop, Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm going to describe the current rally that we are about to be seeing on AMC and GameStop.
The current rally that we're about to be seeing. Oh, great. So, already brain dead.
I told you guys a rally was coming. We have a lot more evidence of that, guys. This video is very important. Please make sure you share
my
this with
God.
all AMC Apes. Share this video on Twitter, share this video on Facebook, share this video everywhere on YouTube. You gotta share this video because
he needs money.
You need to see this. It is time sensitive and very, very important. This is one of my...
What a pathetic fucking cuck. Share my video. People need to see it. I need to make that money. What a
important video.
How fucking pathetic.
Date. This is very important. I explained the AMC fractals, everything, guys.
Great.
This video is
can't wait.
You need to know.
Shut up. Just get into it already. God damn.
Jimmy stock. We're also going to check out BBYQ real quick. And we're going to look at SPY. These stocks. This is not going to be your weekly prediction update yet. This is not the weekly prediction update. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
A lot to talk about.
Well, yeah. Put out another video.
Monday.
Grab that cash, bro.
We got a lot to talk about, and I got so much work I got to do. It's crazy, but
I'm glad you took the time.
Are starting to crack the algorithm.
This fucking guy.
There is a new pattern. And this is why you don't want to follow people that only use bars patterns and only use fractals, because if they can't do actual technical analysis, they'll never, ever be able to call the shots. Like how I call things.
You can't call things.
Live and tell people live where the price is going to go, what's going to be happening. It's because of technical analysis. It's because.
No, it's not.
Read the charts.
The chart does not tell you where the price is going to go. Okay? Let's just get that right out of the way. The chart does not tell you where the price is going to go. And if the price goes back to a price that it was previously at, it really isn't not related. It's for another reason. It has nothing to do with the previous time. But anyway, I suppose there are enough idiots out there that, TA still works to some degree. All right. Well, anyway, here we go.
Do this. People that rely on bars patterns and fractals. And
that's funny because that's basically what he does is bars patterns, which is ridiculous, and fractals, which is also ridiculous. So, but now that's not enough, and he's got the extra
like that. They can't tell you what's going to happen in the future. But when you give someone like me,
nobody can
analysis, a bars pattern and fractals, which I can use and know how to use and study and know very well. If you give someone like me who can read the charts,
this guy's sucking his own. Listen to him suck his own dick here. Are you fucking kidding me?
Something like
you're a fucking clown.
Tell you the price.
You've been wrong
every
step.
Day.
Every day you've been wrong.
I called the price.
Are you fucking me right now?
What? That might be coming back. We're going to test this on Tuesday.
What?
We're going to test this on Tuesday. If you're new to the channel, you are in for some fun if this works out.
Oh, my God.
But now we have a lot of things to talk about. I've been saying that we would have to get in at the bottom very, very quickly because if you want to average down and make sure you're profitable in this position, you're going to have to buy more. You're going to have to average down. It looks like we're running.
You're going to have to average. Listen to him. He's telling people to average down. Okay, let me be very clear about this. Averaging down is a terrible idea. It just I don't care what it is. It's rarely a good idea. It's rarely a good idea. Especially on something like this. Oh my God. Okay, you're going to have to average down.
Out of time. It looks like AMC is actually about to take off.
Oh, okay.
On possibly Tuesday. Okay. Not financial advice. Not financial advice, but it looks like possibly Tuesday or Wednesday we are about to take off.
Why? How? Based on what?
Friday, on the next week, we could be back at By Thursday next week, we could be back at $30.
Give me a fucking break.
It's 30.
More than 100% gain by Thursday.
Higher. She is definitely going to come fill these gaps. Okay, she's definitely going to come fill these gaps.
She is definitely going to come fill those gaps. Okay, Ron says Tuesday. But did you notice that? He said Tuesday. Possibly. Tuesday or Wednesday. He's giving himself an out. He's giving himself an out. Oh my God, this is by far the worst one out here currently. By far, hands down. Absolute fucking garbage.
This
zero fucking data
is from this segment of the last 2021 squeeze cycle. So if you don't know what the squeeze cycle is,
imagine thinking that you can copy and paste part of a chart from one time period to the future and actually believe that you can predict a stock price in the future based on a copy-pasted section of a previous chart. That is ridiculous. It does not work like that. It does not work like that, especially now. I mean, think about it. How could it even work like that? That would imply that the prices are predetermined. That would imply that somehow it's not based on the market activity. It's not based on supply and demand of buying and selling. It's not based on any of that. It's predetermined. That's what he's saying, because he knows which section has been predetermined for next week. And when it doesn't do what he says, well, he never acknowledges it. He just moves on to the future and says, oh, look, it's going to do this. It never does. But imagine thinking that this is actually valid. This is how desperate, this is how pathetic this has gotten. Wow. All right. I've got to stop stopping it.
We had one short squeeze.
We'll never get through this. And it's painful enough.
And we had a period of time where AMC consolidated. Then we were about to go into another squeeze cycle. If you go back and check my old work, you'll see where the MOASS roadmap is and where I talked about squeeze cycle 2.0, where we would go into another squeeze cycle. But the reverse split drastically changed the algorithm and messed a lot of things up. Well, what we're looking at now is the potentiality of the same time frames still playing out that we expected, the same exact time frames for something to be happening, to see a major short squeeze to the upside. So
that makes no sense. That makes no sense, brah. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but it makes no sense. Now, think what you want about Ortex. I'm not not a huge, Ortex fan. I've made no secret about that. However, their method is actually kind of interesting. Now, they're saying the short interest is 11%. I don't know if that's correct or not. I don't. But, I mean, 11%. I mean, you're not going to get a short squeeze from that. But, okay.
AMC is going to be doing, it's going to be filling these gaps. It's going to fill this gap to the upside. So these gaps are going to get filled, okay? I already told you guys that. These gaps are going to get filled. If you want to make sure, like I said, not saying that this is the whole MOASS. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that this is the whole short squeeze that we're going to see. I told you guys it's going to be a controlled squeeze event because they now have shares, and it will be a controlled squeeze event. They're not going to let this thing get out of control.
What does that mean?
Before, it would have got out of control. They had no shares. They had no way to control this thing.
What?
If it squeezed before the reverse split, it would have crashed the whole entire market. It would have crashed everything, and it would have went out of control.
Okay.
Way to stop it in the head.
Dr.
With such a high cost.
Metzler. Sounds like Dr. Marco Metzler here.
That it would have completely destroyed everything. So therefore, they had to get the judge to approve the reverse split, had to do some illegal stuff, and therefore they have the shares now, and that is why the cost to borrow is much lower. If you look at AMC's cost to borrow, it dropped dramatically. Why? Because they now have shares to short. They now have shares because of the reverse split. They were able to get shares. That's why they have shares to short all the time. And that is also why they're saving these 3.3 million short shares. That's why they've been sitting on these shares. They use some of them, but they've been sitting on these shares. Why? Because they want to control what's about to happen. They want to control this rally that we're about to have, filling these gap fills to the upside. Then we possibly have another rally point coming into play. We possibly have another rally point.
I don't even see what. I don't even know what gaps he's talking about. What gaps is he talking about?
Okay, based off the old algorithm, we were set to squeeze shortly after the date of September 23rd. Okay, not financial advice. Not financial advice. So, in my personal opinion, what I think is going to happen is I think we're going to see a massive rally filling these gap fills. This is going to be several percentage points up. You guys can see that it goes exactly to 41. Let's go ahead and see where the gap fill goes to. 43. So, guys, I think it's going to come up, fill the gap, possibly have to come back down, consolidate, and then squeeze to the upside. Not financial advice. And again, this is going to be a controlled event, okay? So we're going to come up, fill the gap fills. The gap fills are at about 43. So let's go ahead and mark the gaps. Let's go ahead and mark the gap, the top gap fill. It's at 43.
What?
And it's at 37, which just happens to be the top. If you look, it's crazy. Look at this.
Oh, okay.
When you start seeing the bars pattern align with support and resistance and stuff like that, you can tell it's pretty dialed in. This is going to be dialed in, guys. So we're going to see this move to the upside. This is the setup of January 2021. This
January 2021. So that was the sympathy squeeze off of GameStop. That's what he's copying in here. He's copying in here the AMC chart from January 2021, which was basically a sympathy squeeze off of GameStop. How is that relevant? It's not. It's completely irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. Wow. And it's funny how, everybody's talking about profitable quarters and all this kind of stuff. Who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. This is, wow, we got some new people in here. Okay. What do I say? It doesn't matter. The current stock price does not reflect what is currently happening. Okay? This is fundamental investing 101 here. Now, Cody, I'm trying to teach you about how stocks work. I'm trying to teach you. Well, you got to listen a little bit, bro. Listen. For 15 minutes. Oh, for 15 minutes. You watched for 15 minutes and you know everything. Okay, I'm going to have to ask you to just simmer down a little bit, okay? Simmer down. You might learn something. If not, you can laugh at me all you want. But know this. Know that this channel, myself and the others here, we've been looking at this for, well, I've had a channel for over 2 years. And we have been more correct than any of the other AMC channels. That's the truth. So, for what it's worth. Y'all short. Oh, you know what? Causey? I've never heard that one before. That's a good one. I must be short. Yes, I must be short. Why would anybody else care? Why would anybody say anything that's not super bullish unless they're short? Yeah, that's great reasoning, and that's why you're holding a bag, my friend. That's why you are holding a bag, because anybody who doesn't say something that you don't like must be short. As long as you think that way, I mean, you know. Okay. So, I mean, I'm going to be ignoring the chat for a little while, because if not, I won't get through this video, and I need to get through this video for my own sanity. I mean, all we have to do, Cody, is go back and see what he said with all of these predictions based on previous charts. And, I mean, it pretty much debunks itself, okay? It pretty much debunks itself, because he's never right. How many times has he said that it's going to do this? Many. How many times has it? None. Okay? And my point of view doesn't matter. It's not about my point of view. Okay? It's not about my opinion. Does that make sense? Doesn't matter what I think. Does not matter what I think. Okay, well, see ya, Cody. Yeah, we're not apes either, so you can just fuck right off. Yeah, that's why you're here, and that's why you're arguing, and saying that we're short, right? I mean, I don't know exactly, but AMC gonna pop, so you don't even need to be here. Then you already know that. So why are you even here? You know, unless you're in, you know what? I think Causey's a shill. I think Causey is a shill. I think he's a hedgy shill, clearly being paid by hedge funds to slow me down, to stall this channel out, so I don't get through these crazy, ridiculous prediction videos here. You know, and that's the only conclusion I can come to. Why would anybody ignore reality? Why would anybody keep saying AMC is going to go to the moon? At this point, you must be a shill. They're a shill. There's a hedgy. Yeah. So, anyway, and whether I hold AMC is irrelevant, but I don't. I don't. Doesn't matter. I mean, you know. But I understand that you're probably used to following, you know, personal recommendations, but that's just really not what we're about. So, I mean, you know. All right. Yeah. Lynn's not wrong here. She's not wrong here with this. All right.
Bull flag is the setup from January 2021. Okay, this is the setup before the move. So basically,
that's absurd.
From this segment here, or this.
This is just not how stocks work.
The upside
just doesn't do that. This is not it.
The same type of shape before squeezing to the upside. If I were to expand this, you would see that it's a three-peak top like this, 1, 2, and then you get a third pump.
Jesus.
Like that. 1, 2, you come back down, get a pump to the upside. And then 1.
So why?
Close, so you can almost see it. 1.
So why are you asking why it doesn't work like this? I mean, think about it. Why would it work like that? All that this chart is doing is telling you what the price was at certain times and days. Okay? Let's just use a different analogy. Why are you streaming AMC content? Because I want to. Quite frankly, why don't you stream AMC content? I mean, God, you know, these fucking apes, man, I swear to God. Okay, that's
1, 2, and if I were to expand this, I don't want to mess up the placement, but if I were to expand this, you would see that this.
Well, you should. You should. You would have a more popular channel than I do. I mean, you know, the fucking nerve of these fucking clowns come in here and just like. It's funny.
Again, I say, why don't you just listen for a little bit? Just listen.
The same as this structure. That's why AMC.
That's why you're holding a fucking bag right there, because you don't listen.
If you look at this shape right here, this shape, basically this push to the upside, coming back down, doing this U shape, and then doing this like tri-hump right here. If you look at the price action for AMC right now, for example, if we were to go down to the 1 hour time frame, it's this, a push to the upside, drop down, then you get that U-shape hump. You see that U-shape hump?
See ya.
Then you pump up.
Now 14.
Down. You guys see it? It's exactly the
fucking clown.
Exactly the same thing over and over again. It's this segment, right?
No,
here.
it's not.
So you have a.
It's not that segment.
Then you do a U. You see this U.
And I've never cared about subscribers. I've never cared about views. I don't give a fuck about either of those things. Yeah, I know that you come from a world where people care about that shit. But that's also the fucking clowns that have led you into a massive loss. Okay? And you want me to be like them? Fuck off. Ain't gonna happen. And I don't care. There could be 2 people here. I would still fucking do it. The same exact way. Sorry, Model 3 dude. This guy's got me triggered.
You rally up, you come down.
I mean, Zero Data does.
Come down, and then you pump. You push to the upside, you come down. You have that U shape. Right here is that U shape.
God.
You see that U shape?
No, I don't see a U shape.
Upside, you come down, you pump to the upside one more time, and you pump. It's the same exact pattern over and over again. It's this. This is what we're playing out right now. We're playing it out in a smaller.
This guy's lost his mind.
These right here. These 2 bulls.
So nothing is different here in this video. There is nothing different in this video. He's still using the goddamn chart from 2021 to make a prediction about next week. That's all I need to know, because when he's wrong, we will come back and we will highlight that, because he sure as fuck won't. Okay. Good time for Tanko's video. I got it right here, actually. This one? Or is it the other one? The new, no. I think I had the wrong one. Here. Okay.
Sup. Check this out, people. When you go on YouTube, you're going to find the same everyday YouTubers who are pumping this AMC, MOASS,
Tony, you said it, my friend.
Most of them that are not on right now disappear when AMC starts to tank. They also disappear when APE starts to tank. These people change their narrative according to the days of the week, according to the news, according to the nonsense that they regurgitate from other YouTubers.
Hear, hear.
These people's DD is not actual research, it's simply watching other YouTubers and repeating what they hear from others. AMC is not going to MOASS. I know this isn't something you people want to hear. I know when I come on and you hear me and people like me, you get discouraged, you get disappointed, and you become angry. And so you come at people like me who are telling you the truth. The fact is that nobody gets rich overnight, nobody. And that those who have become rich in the stock market put in the time, the energy, and the research to put their money in the right stock and to sell at the right time so that they can get their money. And if you do not sell AMC at a profit, if and when it spikes, or APE, you will lose this opportunity to get some, if not all, of your money. Do not believe the hype that you see and hear on YouTube. Most of these people are scammers. They're only interested in the views, the clicks. They get their money from YouTube revenue. For example, Scavenger Stonks hasn't put up a video in 2 weeks. That's his MO. As soon as the stock AMC or APE starts to tank, he disappears like all these other scumbags. And then when
scumbags
AMC goes up 2 pennies, he shows up with a new video talking about how excited he is that AMC is ripping 2 fucking pennies.
Yep.
These people want to keep you in the loop. These people want to keep you watching them. This is why after 3 years almost, the very same people continue to feed you this bullshit about AMC squeeze. But it's only a matter of time before scavenger stocks disappear, just like finance news, just like just like all these other stuff. Sold this MOASS bullshit to the masses and then deleted all their channel, all their videos, and then came back with a new channel or a new narrative about selling or promoting other stocks.
Yeah. So I put the link there for people if they want to watch the rest of the video. I think we actually looked at some before because it was already liked by me. So, or they cry, right? Huh. Is that a reference to Tony? Dumb narrow, friends, Nettie? Yeah. So let's go. Let's go. Now he just put this one out here 3 days ago. So, and it looks like I actually, we might have looked at that one too already. I think we did. Okay. Let's go back to.
Good morning, guys. And here's a comment I got. It says, I can't justify selling at a loss. Trust me, I would have been out this play a long time ago. And he's referring to AMC movie theaters. And I would refer you back to both. You know, it sucks. Okay, look, if the DD was wrong, which we know it's not, right? You don't want to admit defeat. You don't want to say you're wrong. So you've obviously probably been in some really bad relationships that didn't want to break up. And or you have a job that you're not willing to leave, you know, or I mean, all of the above, right? You just don't know your worth. And right now you're stuck in a stance. But here's my challenge to America is find me how the DD is wrong. Like, you guys go break it down for me. Let me know how I'm wrong on the due diligence that we've done about private equity. Once you understand what's happening, then I can give you case study to explain why these outcomes are happening. Right? So when you look at Bed Bath & Beyond and you look at AMC,
maybe
and you look at what will eventually happen to Kohl's and Car,
but not GameStop though. Crucially,
what's happening at Mullen Automotive. There's just so many things.
What's happening to Mullen Automotive? Right. Yes. Oh, you know what? Clearly it's just private equity destroying companies because that's what they do. That's what private equity does, right? Yeah, everybody knows that. They come in and they destroy a company and then they try to sell it for less. Not really. Anyway. But yeah. GameStop's not included in this list though. I love that. That's the only true company out there.
But I give you this example. Like, if it's wrong, then you come tell me. But do you guys remember, like, I always talk about like private equity, like from back in the 70s and 80s and all that nonsense.
Yeah, because you have no fucking idea now.
Every time they sit down.
People get it. Listen to this guy. People get a history lesson every time they sit down and watch me. You know, what a fucking clown.
You guys know this, okay? I will, because
Jesus.
Connecting the dots. But this is, and I don't even remember what part this was. Maybe it was like 14 or 13 connecting the dots, but I'll do, and if you guys don't know what Connect the Dots is, YouTube, a whole series I did, go Google it, Connect the Dots, go watch parts.
A bunch of garbage.
Really good. But that kind of explains like the whole story. But I got something for you. If we were wrong, okay, if we're wrong on this and you think you can like make a profit off of here, but yet we see all the moves that AMC is doing, all the moves that Bed Bath & Beyond did, and you knew that they were going to happen the way they did and they played out the way they did, I want you to remember this one thing. Adam Aron at AMC has only sold his shares to private equity. Like leveraged himself, right? And Mudrick is one aspect of it, and that's why he has a deal with HYMC, the gold mine. And then you see Antera and how they have secondary, bonds on it, secondary notes, and they're the ones who leveraged and bought a fifth of the company, basically, with the APE units and sold them off and it's $1 billion play for them. But when you think of like Silver Lake and AMC and Apollo, then you got to ask yourself, like, how does this all connect? So I'll explain. Because a guy came onto my channel the other day and was like, Marantz, King Griffin is short and this is what it is. And I'm just like, no, you're wrong. It's not one person. It's the whole thing. So,
but why though? Like that? Okay, whatever. Who cares who it is? Really, at the end of the day, is the company doing well? Are they profitable? That's really what matters, as far as I can tell. Doesn't that matter? Isn't that kind of important? Isn't it, doesn't that kind of determine kind of what happens? I don't know. Anyway, Jack Hunter.
Building called the Solo building, right? And on floor, I believe 43, on floor 43 is KKR. One floor down is Apollo.
Ooh.
2 floors down from that is Silver Lake. And then there's another hedge fund there too. So to make these deals that they've done, they literally just go down a flight of steps and or down the elevator. You want to stop private equity? You want to do it? What did they say? Shut down the elevator, right? It really happened, and that's what they were saying. You could stop it all. But you want to connect the dots even further, like more than just that? Well, KKR was in GameStop. And when they planted their man in there, Bill Simon, in addition to that, he used to be part of the Nabisco deal, and that was Drexel Burnham Lambert. So you're like, okay, so everyone's in the same building. I'm just giving you that right there. But if I go down to the Solo building 10 years ago, the first 30 floors, the first 20 floors of that building is actually Avon. Avon. I can sell it to you door to door, right?
Oh.
Now,
good.
How the hell can you explain this? How is it that I can go to work every day and I'm Apollo and I'm KKR and I'm Silver Lake?
Sounds like we got a straw man argument coming up here based on the setup.
I can go to work every day and I can't magically just go to the 30th floor. I can't just go to the 40th floor. I have to walk through the building and go up. So I got to walk through and go up. That means I got to get through Avon, because Avon was the longest renter of the Solo building since the beginning. So Avon's in that building. Do you know who the chairman of the board at Bed Bath & Beyond was for the last decade or however long? Harriet Edelman. Avon. Do you know who jumped off the roof and killed himself allegedly at Bed Bath & Beyond? Gustavo O'Neill. Avon.
Oh, okay.
I would sit here and I would tell you that you're correct. You just can't take a loss. But you're playing the wrong game.
Oh my God.
Guys, I read the book. I put the dots together. Whether you want to follow them or not, the outcome's the same. Bed Bath & Beyond was going to lose no matter what, because they planted it that way. AMC is going to lose no matter what, because they've planted it this way. And you know what GameStop's up against? You know why it's so hard for GameStop? It's so hard for GameStop because what I said, you can push private equity out of your company But there's so many deciding factors of other fractions of the company they need to like actually work, like the freight, the inventory, all of it. For any of that to happen, you have to be aware that those companies might have private equity within them. That's why it's so hard to win, man. In America, it's hard to win. They can cripple you. It used to be the mobsters or the teamsters or, all right, you guys don't want to give, all right, well, we're going to go on strike or we're going to do this. Man, it's way easier than that. Just put in 5 guys at that board and they go like, oh, you guys have a contract with GameStop? Nah, Yellow Freight? No, we're going under. Sorry, we won't be delivering those trucks. Now go look at your earnings for the month or for the quarter. It's going to be down. How are we going to fight this? Oh, I know. We can build our own logistics and find our own truckers. I'm telling you. I study it. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm done telling you the story, but hopefully you understand. There's so many connecting pieces to it. Please watch Connect the Dots Part 17.
No.
Hell, watch them all. I tell everybody, watch them all. You get a lot of information. You'll become a better investor. But I played that out. I've made it a part of my life for like a whole year, basically, of just grinding out what private equity is and what they're doing in the playbook. And someone just sent me a message today about a new stock where they're doing, these manipulative things like Mullen Automotive. And I'll go look at it, but those are like scammers and pumpers. It's a little different. Private equity is doing all of that and then some. I mean, go look at AMC and the way this has played out over the last 2.5 years. They're going to use Taylor Swift as this piece up here, this centerpiece to say, oh, she carried us for the quarter. It's not going to happen. They're
Okay.
meant to lose. That means you're meant to lose.
No, you are meant to lose. You are already lost and you can't fucking admit it. So all you can do is make videos projecting. I mean, it's just like, private equity, huh? That's the key. Mm-hmm. AMC is a sunken cost fallacy. Glad I sold when I did. GME is the OG squeeze play. These people all think that GameStop is going to squeeze again? Are you fucking... Wow. What happens if AMC goes positive earnings and pays down some of its debt at the same time by selling those 25 million new first dilution shares? Does AMC not see a single pump from now on? You believe this is the max price it will be over the next 2 years. I don't think anybody said that. I'm not saying that. But as far as, short squeeze, right. Why don't you buy puts on the companies that have private equity planted? Well, because why would you do that? Because now he's trained a whole group of monkeys to think that the private equity groups come in and buy companies and destroy them, and that's what they're supposed to do. If you're so smart, why ain't you a millionaire? Not a bad question. Yo, brother, go get some Rogaine. Yep. You fail to respond to the massive improvements to the business. Lower rent, higher ticket prices, and keeping larger share of each ticket. Oh, really? Keeping larger share of each ticket. How do we know that? Paid off nearly 20% of debt from $6 billion to $4.8 billion. Is that true? What? They've paid $2 billion in debt. It's news to me. July, highest revenue on record for AMC. That's because of inflation. That's because everything's more expensive. Doesn't mean they made any money. And that's still on less traffic than 2019. Yeah. AMC Bigums has done this, DD. You are asking on how you are wrong. Unfortunately, I don't understand any of it. Okay. You need to stop lying. Okay. So that was fun. Not really. Let's see what else is out here. Oh, fuck. Jesus. Okay. You know what? I wanted to do Lou before, but it was that dumb video of him smoking a cigar, so.
What's going on, you silly little motherfuckers? All right, listen. Back in Central Park. Anyway, here's the deal. You got a lot of people out there like, Lou, I don't know, I don't get it. This AMC thing. Like, yeah, they're still behind the scenes cleaning everything up. Some people are angry.
Cleanup operation.
You gotta do something. Something has to be done. Well, that's not our job. That's the job of the CEO. He fucked up. Look, you could become a board member. You could even try to become the CEO. As it stands right now, the cleanup operation preventing the MOASS has already started and is happening right now. Your settlement shares from that fake ass lawsuit, it's still there. It's happening to us right now as we speak. So everybody's like, whew, that's a nice guy. You think to yourself like, wait a minute, no. Something has to be done. Well, let me run down the list of scenarios on why I gave up on Wall Street besides a hit and run play. Your brokers, there's no transparency. You buy, they park them. They sell them. Dark pools. Let's face it. Everything from retail goes into dark pool. Does anybody stop it? Is there any transparency there? Is anybody stopping tokenization being created on the side of your shares? No, nothing. And then
tokenization. What? Tokenization. We're still talking about that, huh? Okay. All right.
Of everything. If a play starts to get heavy, and it looks like it's gonna have an incredible short squeeze, and there's tons of fail to delivers, all of a sudden, what do you got? You got a reverse split. And how many people from COSM, all of us, we've been taken down with that? You know?
Well, nobody guaranteed that, like, short squeezes. It's just a terrible fucking idea. It's just a terrible, like, playbook to follow. I mean, because you can't count on this shit to happen. You can't count on it to happen. Oh, it looks like it's going to get ready to squeeze massively. And then it doesn't. Good. Good. I say good. 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 All it does is it traps a bunch of people. All it does, and it can be harmful to the company. So, good. Stop trying to think you can engineer these goddamn short squeezes. Full on delusional. I'll have what he's having.
So now, Wall Street cannot be trusted. It is shady, and at the end of the
oh, really? They can't be trusted. They're shady. Is that you learn that from personal experience? I mean, okay. Yes. Yes. First thing I've ever agreed with Lou on.
Today, mark my words, what they're going to do with Bitcoin and those ETFs, you're going to see the next era of it. But as far as us doing something, it's not your job.
Learn how to trade
CEO's
profitably.
Job. It's the government's job. But they failed everybody.
The government's job?
But don't they always?
How is it the government's job to make sure that you sell at the right time? Like, there's no do-overs. Well, I mean, there are. You can try again and something else. But yeah, I mean, it's the government's job, right? No, it's not. So anyway, yeah. Wow. Okay. Shady, like people that went to prison for fraud. Yeah, exactly. Like, kind of like those kinds. Yeah.
Please. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, that was it? Oh, dang it. Okay. He's on the road to nowhere. Yeah. No. Okay. Here we go.
Good morning, Al from Boston. Let's kick it off. Hey,
let's kick it off.
Trading at $12.97, up 3%.
Oh,
yesterday, interestingly enough. Guys.
Oh yeah, so interesting. It must be, you know, actually, it must have.
A second there, Professor. We fixed the glitch.
Oh, okay.
Talk to you guys about this whole thing about the AMC board, right? Now, I did a survey, a little silly survey, to see, you know, what would be the end result of, you know, if I had put a nomination in for myself and you know, ran with it, and I got a pretty interesting number. I was pretty shocked, actually. I wasn't expecting that level of participation. It was almost 3,000. 3,000. Let me just show you here. 3,000, almost 3,000. 76.
Wow.
Yes, let's do it. Blah blah blah.
Wow.
44% are liars. I'm just kidding. Just fuck with you. I don't care if you voted for me or not. I just thought it was interesting, though. I appreciate that.
Well, you'll never be in a position to run for a board position. I mean, Adam Arno doesn't know that many of these guys, I don't think, but he knows the idiot from Boston. His words, not mine. His words. His words, not mine. Yeah, he knows you. So.
And nearly 3,000 people that came in and voted. But like I said, guys, there's no way I could do this. There's no way I could do this. I am not uniquely qualified to represent the number of people, 4 million people.
You don't,
sort of thing.
That wouldn't be your job.
Too much conflict between myself and the staff, and especially in the CEO role.
What?
The finance background for it.
Yeah, because he already thinks you're an idiot.
I mean, I can read and see what.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't read. You suck at reading. I know that for a fact. You suck at reading, and most of the time you don't do it correctly on camera or on your stream videos. So no, he can't even, oh my God, this guy is just a fucking liar and a fraud. Wow.
But what I can't do, what I'm really not good at, is
talking about stocks, talking about anything.
Representation of masses. We need somebody more uniquely qualified for that. And I believe I know that person. I know that
Jason,
who is best for this role. You all know him. He's been on the show a number of times. We're going to talk to him about it. I'm going to make a separate video with my advocacy and my personal nomination.
Oh, God.
No, I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do.
Yeah, you are.
What I'm simply showing you is my logical reasoning, why I feel this person is the best at what they do, and there are best.
So you mean you're saying that what I'm picking up here, this may be what he's throwing down, but I'm not sure. This is what I'm picking up, though, is that this would be what Ken Griffin would prefer. See, that's what I'm picking up here. What would Ken Griffin prefer? And, you know, I believe that he may be in tune with that. But we'll just continue here. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if that's what he's saying.
Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying what are you saying? Huh?
Well, maybe we'll find out.
Have representation on the board of directors, the senior officer.
Uncle Frank?
I look at qualifications. I see who's smart, who understands minutia.
Nope, not Uncle Frank.
Who can read between the lines and advocate for us. It's the advocacy part, right?
Fuck, he's gonna suggest Scotty Allen. I know he
doesn't have the background in that. Remember, everything that I do, you got to be qualified to talk about it. You have to be qualified to do it, right? You know, some random fuckers like we see some of these influencers
like you, a random fucker.
You know, they don't have the backgrounds in finance. They don't have this. They don't have that. And that's one of the big things that I cannot begin to like stress. It's like, hey, when a conversation happens at a high level, a senior executive level, you got to know what the hell's going on. You got to understand what's going on. They're asking questions, but
so
they're not going to.
So he couldn't do it then. Okay.
To field questions, right? You got to be on with it. You got to be turned on and tuned in. That being said, I found that candidate. I'll make a video about it. I think that's the best person for it. And you know,
is he not going to tell us in this video?
Qualified to do it. Puts his money where his mouth is.
If anybody's drinking out there, I would say, I should have said earlier, Take a drink whenever he says uniquely qualified. Going forward, I think you'll get at least 2, maybe 3 more swigs in.
And executes. And it's got the intelligence, it's got the background, it's got the drive to do it, close proximity to the headquarters, so there's not going to be an issue. Oh, am I going to miss a meeting?
Trey Collins.
And I think he's honest. That's the real reason.
Nope, not Trey Collins.
I think he's an honest person. I have
Scotty Allen
more or less vetted this person since I've met him. I've talked to him through and through. We've talked about everything from politics to theology to the ethics.
Jesus.
You name it. I think he's a straight
politics, theology, and ethics. We've talked about those subjects, and I just, you know, I'm just pleased as punch. Who is it?
And I think he's an honest person. And that's hard to say these days. An honest person, a really genuine, honest person. But I'll put together a piece. I'll do the bio. I'll have him on the show back, and then we can have a discussion about it. But I'm not going to run for the office of the board of directors. But I will give a recommendation. I will give my nod and my nomination to who I feel is the most competent, who's got the maturity, the age, and the experience. And I think it's going to be a logical fit. I think you're going to see the value in this guy if you haven't already. And I think,
well, no, I haven't, because I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
That being said, prepare for another day of fuckery. Trading at $12.92 right now.
And that right there is why you could never be on the board. Prepare for another day of fuckery. I mean, how would that go? How would that go? Jesus.
A lot of stuff going on behind the scenes.
No, he's not going to tell us.
Seeing all kinds of regular patterns. We talked about the other day how this is back. Like, we're seeing chart patterns that we haven't seen for the last 3 years. And I did speak to
you mean double digits?
Kittila, rather. They're waiting to get their fee approved. I think, he put in a really small amount of money for all the work that he did. I think it's pretty considerable. That is not a lot of work. I mean, a lot of money for what he did a shit ton of work. He really did. He did a shit ton of work. And they're only asking for like $650,000.
I don't know what he's talking about.
A great article that was in Bloomberg actually regarding Rose. And the conversation I had with him, it tells me personally that they haven't sold. I don't believe they're still in the position as far as I can tell. He wasn't explicit about it, but he said, this thing is going to happen no matter what. I was like,
oh my God.
There was one interesting thing about the whole thing. I did receive another letter from the Federal Reserve closing my case. It wouldn't give me a reason why.
Oh yeah. By the way, they denied my FOIA request. Remember from the last stream we looked at, he was all excited because the Federal Reserve responded to his FOIA request. And they didn't dismiss it. They didn't deny it. They said that they were going to look into it further and then let him know. Sounds like it now that has come to fruition. Let me go back.
Another letter from the Federal Reserve.
Cool.
Closing my case.
Closing it.
A reason why.
Closing it.
Says they're immune to FOIA requests. They cited a bunch of laws. I wasn't going to go research it because I don't have the time or the inclination to it. But everybody,
which means that you know that your request was bullshit, because if you didn't think it was, you probably go look and see. I would say
everybody's nobody's talking, nobody's saying shit. Also, I'm trying to inquire about what else is happening and so on and so forth. That's it, guys. That is it. This is Al from Boston. Thank you.
Nice. Slide that in at the end.
Like, subscribe, and
yeah, right. Okay. Slide that in at the end there. Oh yeah, they denied my FOIA request. Right. Okay. Benji's still here under a different name. By the dips. He only got 350 views in 11 hours. It's low. That is low for Benji. He used to be on top of the world. The human squeaky toy. Here we go. Check this out. If it would play, there we go.
Taylor Swift AMC News, a perfect example of don't mistake silence for an action. Surprised the heck out of Wall Street media and consumers. Huge home run for AMC at a Marin.
A huge home run. Not just a home run, a huge home run. Yeah, huge one. Counts as 2 runs, not just one. That's what happens when you play 4D chess, I guess.
It's a really good point. A lot of people in the last few weeks have sort of been losing hope when it comes to AMC and, of course, CEO Adam Aaron, saying that maybe CEO Adam Aaron doesn't have the best interest in AMC's Apes. But as we just saw, CEO Adam Aaron just dropped an absolute bombshell, which is a good reminder, just like this Apes.
No, he dropped a bomb on you.
Not mistake silence for an action. CEO Adam Aaron and the higher-ups at AMC are doing a lot behind the scenes. I just know they are. This Apes
You just know it, huh?
Of 2008 crash. It is eerie to see the current timeline. Are we repeating history? Are they lining AMC up with the crash?
History doesn't repeat, for one thing. It rhymes sometimes, but it doesn't repeat. It does not repeat.
A short Ponzi scheme.
Hear that zero data? It doesn't repeat.
So interestingly enough, looking back in time, when did Bear Stearns collapse? March 16, 2008. The bankruptcy of Lehman Brothers, September 15th. The collapse of Silicon Bank, March 10th. So now 2023.
Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, my. So what do we have? What's going to crash on September 15th, 2023? Phase 6. Thank God. Phase 6, September 12-month contracts expire. Oh, okay. Could they be lining AMC up with the crash to hide the short Ponzi scheme? I mean, that's a valid question, Steph. I think so. I think it's a valid question.
Timing. Phase 6, September 12th, contracts expire. This Apes at Adam Aaron within 2 years proves he cares about retail. He met you everywhere, even outside the country, to say thank you. He's a good CEO and they hate that. AMC was struggling. His job was to make sure it doesn't go bankrupt. He was protecting our money. Buy and hold Ape AMC GME, it's coming. They never thought we would hold for 2.5 years, or maybe much longer. They thought
maybe much longer. You got to put that in. You got to have some job security going forward, right, Benj?
Cheat us out. They were wrong again. We will hold as long as it takes, never selling. Comment down below when you first got it.
Look at that. It's from July. He's pulling fucking tweets from July. Wow.
And comment down below if you're going to hold until the end. This Ape said why I still believe in AMC, and you should too. Our stock is on a hair trigger. 4 squeeze and only takes 1. Just 1 announcement. Delay dilution. Q3.
Yeah, you know, they've been saying that for 2.5 years too. Oh, it's just a hair trigger. Anything can set this off. It's primed and ready to go. Delay of dilution. Why would they do that? Why would AMC delay raising money, which is the reason that they did this whole fucking thing? So that's garbage. Q3 earnings. Sure. Okay. Because it's a fundamental play now, don't you know? If Amazon or Disney enter serious talks to buy, if there's no indication that either of those have ever had any serious talks. Adam Aaron announces, similar to Mullen hiring a law firm to investigate the crime that is going on. Well, he's been very clear about that he doesn't believe it, and that the best way to prove to the market that it's a worthy investment is to improve the company's fundamentals. So I don't see that happening either, based on his own words. Number 5, the best one. The current price is way too low. It's way too low. Fundamentals are stronger, and the market cap doesn't reflect the company's value. The market cap doesn't reflect the company's value. Okay, all right. Sure. All right. Canadian banks are having problems. Maybe we should see if we can get Peter Hahn on here. Peter Hahn. While he's still a financial advisor. May not be a financial advisor for much longer if we can do anything about it, but which we probably can't. But yeah, that's funny. Fundamentals are stronger. I mean, imagine somebody with a long position not saying the current price is way too low. I mean, right? Isn't that the whole reason? Raison d'etre? Like, the price is too low. I bought it. I think it will go up. No, they bought it when it was way overvalued anyway. not based on fundamentals. You know, so I'm not really sure what they mean by that. Okay. Who's this? Mikey's Money? I don't know. Do we know this one? Do we know this channel? I'm not sure.
What's going on, YouTube?
Oh, too loud. Sorry. Way too loud. The last guy was so low, I had to boost it
Welcome
up.
back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about AMC once again. If you're new here, make sure to go down, subscribe. I'm currently at 34 subscribers. Thank y'all so much for the support in the past couple of videos. But I do talk about AMC on the daily, so make sure to go down and subscribe if you love AMC, if you invest in AMC, if you're a fucking ape. Let's just talk about what's been going on.
What if you're not, though? Am I still welcome to watch the video? I don't want to overstep.
Oh, I just saw Adam Aaron's Twitter literally when I woke up in the morning. Everyone knows that he didn't tweet for a while AMC was going to hell, the deepest depths. But now he wants to come out and tweet about Taylor Swift right when we're going about to like 1440 on Thursday, pre-market. He tweets, it goes to shit, right? Now on September 1st, yesterday, Adam Aaron tweets, Taylor, record-setting Taylor Swift, great
3 Taylors? That means that they sold the float 3 times.
Seats available October 13th through mid-November, and all are reasonably priced at $19.89 for adults. That's what the price of AMC should at least be right now, $19.89. What the fuck, Adam Aaron? And $13.13.
Well, we got another kid here who doesn't understand the market. Yeah, it's the CEO's fault. It's the CEO's fault. You read my fucking mind, Model 3 dude. You read...
cents for children. Get your tickets now. Now let's go ahead and see what the hell he's tweeting about now on September 1st. Taylor Swift, the Eras concert film, shatters advanced ticket sales records at AMC theaters. $26 million in
$26 million Thursday. Oh my god.
Like I said in the previous videos, we've already broke records in Barbie. We've broke records on National Cinema Day. Now we're shattering records. This is why I buy AMC at the
What records are we talking about here, by the way? And goddamn, his audio is distorting. That's not on my end.
these prices. AMC is currently trading at $1.30. It closed at $1.30 on Friday.
Wait a minute.
I mean, before the split, obviously. Right now it's at $13.
Before the split, yes.
$1.30 a share.
Because we can't live in the present. We have to talk about it as if the reverse split didn't happen, see? But the price, no, it's not $1.30. It's not $1.30. Those days are gone. And isn't that ironic? They don't want those days to be gone. They talk about the stock price pre-split, so at a lower price. That's so weird. It's so weird. It's like they so weird. That's all I can say. It's so weird. It's impossible for them to admit anything about reality here. Even what the current price is reflecting the current number of shares that they have. I mean, that's how delusional this thing is. They can't even be honest about that. Okay. You're not pre-split anymore, kid. It happened. Okay, it happened.
This is what we were trading at before the squeeze in 2021. We're breaking records. We're doing all this shit. And for all you motherfuckers saying that, oh, you could break all the records you want, that's not going to change the AMC stock price. Well, I just don't agree with that at all. I really think AMC...
Okay, well, that's your prerogative not to agree. But see, I mean, you know, none of this stuff matters in the stock price. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Why? Because like I was trying to say before I was called a hedgy shill, short, whatever. You know, the stock price is not going to reflect what's happening now. It's reflecting a future expectation. So, I mean, yeah, whatever. I mean, you could talk about all the shit they're doing and whatever. Now they're not profitable, but, you know. So, that's great. But it's about what's coming down the pike. And, I mean, right now, I'm not really seeing a million reasons to be bullish. I mean, both in general and in this industry. So, I mean, there's that. But I mean, the bigger thing here is, you know, we're going to reflect this in the stock price. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the concert, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
AMC's going to the fucking moon. If you don't fucking like it, then go fuck yourself. Because I'm buying the dip. Invest in whatever the fuck you want. I'm investing.
Wow. This kid's a firecracker.
AMC. I'm buying AMC every fucking day. Every day.
No, you're not.
Tuesday when the market opens, guess what I'm doing?
I doubt it.
Another call. $50 call. Boom, boom, boom. Quick.
$50 call.
More shares. You know, I'm just.
Do they even have those anymore? I mean, what the hell?
Adding and holding. So I'm trying to.
Jesus.
Get my average below $20. And
he's averaging down too. One of the worst things you can do on a losing stock.
Holding.
Wow.
Fucking holding. So the Taylor Swift
this kid has got some conviction. Wow. He's got some conviction. I mean, that's dedication. Okay.
Adam Aaron's Twitter, if you go look at CEO fucking Aaron, the fucking cocksucker, this becomes highest advanced sales revenue day since AMC.
Whoa.
103-year hit.
Computer's like, yeah, I can't listen to this garbage. I'm going to spit up all over myself. Highest advanced sales revenue day in AMC's 103-year history. Cool. Awesome. Who cares?
History. Like I said, we're breaking history. We're breaking records that haven't been broken in history by AMC. History.
Yeah,
I said that when I first started this channel, that this is history.
Because they don't matter. Because it doesn't matter. That's why nobody's ever talked about them before.
Crashed just 75% for no reason. Something's happening. Shorts haven't covered. We're going to the fucking moon.
Shorts haven't covered. Oh. Well, that's not what the data says, but okay.
I feel it in my balls, okay? The record setting
Oh my god. That's a first. That is a first. That's a first. Wow. Yeah, he's bullish as fuck, Ron. Just keep buying those dips. Oh my god. I hope that you said more than that, Model 3 dude. I certainly would have. But yeah. Oh my goodness gracious.
Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, immediately carried over to the big screen with the Taylor Swift Eras concert film, as fans who were unable to see the concert in person or who want to experience it.
Unable to? You mean could not afford it?
To buy tickets at AMC theaters. Rushed. We're talking about people that have never even been to AMC. We're talking about a whole new audience in AMC. Come on now. Let's see what.
Right, and they don't give two fucks about AMC. They would have gone wherever it was because they care about Tay-Tay and not AA.
What else he freaking tweeted? Look, Adam Aaron also just tweeted 17 hours ago, Jason Blum of Blumhouse is one of the smartest and nicest exes in Hollywood.
Exes.
Picks
execs
heavily in this Exorcist franchise, so AMC theaters will lean in to greatly support The Exorcist Believer on its new release date of October 6th. Look what you made me do. The Exorcist Believer moves to October 6th. Hashtag Taylor wins. So let me get this straight. Fucking Taylor Swift is gonna be so big that The Exorcist had to move dates. That motherfucker is saying Taylor wins. This is insane. This doesn't happen ever in history. This has never happened. We're experiencing this together, and that's why I'm talking about AMC every fucking day. So make sure to go down, subscribe, because we're going to the moon, and I'm gonna document everything. And when it does go to the moon, all you motherfuckers that hate it in the comments, all you motherfuckers that said apes are fucking retards, when we're on the moon, cashing out on whatever the fuck we want, you could stay investing in your little fucking whatever the fuck you invest in. I don't give a shit about any other stock. I really don't. Maybe GameStop, you know, maybe a couple cryptos here and there, but I'm all in AMC. That's how much I believe in my balls that this shit's going to the moon. I really don't give a shit. You can hate on me all you want. I'm buying AMC more.
Well, I mean, it's not even... You're not worth our time, really.
Or on Tuesday, when the market opens. I'm buying more. At 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'll buy at $20 fucking. I don't give a shit. I will stay buying AMC until we're at $100 plus.
Wow.
Man just tweeted 7 hours ago. What's he doing? Tweeting at 4 or 5 in the morning. What the hell? Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour is a phenomenal concert film. Here's the trailer. Opens October 13th at all U.S. AMC theaters. Only $19. And
I mean, yeah, you can say good luck, but I mean, you know, this guy's willfully ignorant. I mean, this is willful ignorance here. This is a complete wholesale ignoring of reality. I mean, I would expect this in 2021. Now, it's a bit shocking.
89 cents adults, $13.30.
Yeah, we already got that.
And seniors plus.
Yeah, we already got that.
The amount of money we're gonna make is gonna case, guys. I'm buying more.
We know that. We know that you are. Oh my God! You just keep going and on and on and on and on. Is there anything else?
The day will come. If you think AMC is going to hell, AMC's already in the deepest depths of.
All right, here we go.
Shit, don't be hating what I'm doing with my money. So don't be fucking telling me shit. Don't be hating. You know, actually hate all you want. I really don't give a fuck. I'm just letting you know I'm buying the dip, and you could go to hell. You could go to hell if you think AMC's going to hell. AMC's already in the deepest depths of hell, actually. But we will rise to the gates of heaven. We will rise to the fucking moon. And the day will come. The day will come. This is coming from our CEO not even a day ago, guys. On September 1st.
So what?
Yesterday. Talking about shattering records, guys. Records. I don't know if you realize how big this is, but that's going to do it for this video. I continue to buy to this day. I will continue to buy at these prices. Not financial advice. You do what you want with your money. Like I said, I'm buying the dip. That's all. Go down, subscribe. I talk about AMC every fucking day. Every day, and we're at the
every day, huh?
Right now, so become an OG. Subscribe right now. We're getting to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Mark my words.
Got the SEO figured out.
1,000 AMC investors will be subscribed to this channel by the end of this year. You know why?
By the end of this year. By the end of the year. That's a it's a good goal, I guess. The gates of heaven, Model 3 dude. The gates of heaven, and then he said the gates of the moon. So I don't know which one's higher. I think it's the gates of heaven, maybe, or I don't know. Yeah, this kid has no money. I mean, you know, he's got a gaming chair. So, I mean, look at those blinds. That's mommy and daddy's blinds right there. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Or am I just an asshole? I don't know. Anyway, wow, that was interesting. Let's do a few more here. Yeah, great time frame. Well, you know, that brings up an interesting thing here. So I'll bring this in here. Let's do this. So, you know, the little bit of drama, whatever you want to call it, we had earlier, a couple apes in here. I'm not going to say it was one of them. I'm not going to say it was one of them. But somebody subscribed to the channel during the stream. I'm not sure who it was. And you don't have to identify yourself, but it might have been one of them. Who knows? I just wanted to, you know, bring this up here. So this is the channel analytics for this channel. And I don't really know what is going on here, but I did notice here that right around July 20th or so, July 20th, this is number of new subscribers per day. So we were kind of sucking for a little bit, but I mean, let me preface this by again saying I don't care about any of this. So I'm not in this for, you know, like the channel's not monetized, and I don't, you know, it's just something I do for fun. Now, when I started the channel, it was during the pandemic. I was out of work, so that was, you know, something to do, but I had more time. Went back to work late in 2021 and, you know, ran out of time. Didn't have time. Well, and then the first channel was deleted, and there's that whole drama. So anyway, I'm back on this one, which you can see here when it started. if I can. So actually, I don't need to go back that far. It was early in it was late in 2021, I think, anyway. Let's just go to today, or now, 9/2/23, 9/2/23, okay. So this would be the entire life. Well, yeah, so it was like December. Mid-December is when I started this version of the channel, right? So we had a little bit of, I don't know what happened here, in this one, this area, and then I lost some. I don't know what happened there. I was just being myself, and then, but it's elevated again. I don't know why. So that's odd. That is odd to me. But anyway, just to bring some, I guess, whatever you want to call it, transparency or something. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on lately here, but I wish it would stop. No, I'm just kidding. Wish it would stop. So, watch time from subscribers in the last 28 days, actually higher on the unsubscribed people than the subscribed, which is also odd. And then I wonder, and then there's all these weird views from Turkey. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Like 46% of views, 743 of them are from the United States, but then 362 are from Turkey. So that's kind of weird too. 7 hours of watch time with a low average view duration. I mean, that almost seems like it's a bot or something. No, I don't buy views or subscribers. So I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, just wanted to show that. And of course, we have 100% male audience. Ain't that right, Lynn and Charlotte? I don't know what's going on with that. Turkish proxy, Table Rock guy, hello. And we have some people doing some auto-translated subtitles here into Vietnamese, Spanish, and Indonesian, which is interesting. Where's our money? Well, I don't know. Why is that there? That's weird. Okay. Come on, get off there. So, yeah. On the content tab. So most people are finding this channel through search on YouTube. It's interesting. Yeah. Not really too much here, but just kind of, interesting. I don't often read the comments, but there's a spam comment right there. Now, and some people were saying that the link to the Telegram finance chat is broken. So I'm going to try it right now. It's tiny.cc/finchat. And it appears to work. It's wanting to open it in Telegram. Now, let me do this. Let me just go to one of the recent streams and look at the description. Make sure that I put it in there correctly. Wow, that's so small. Why is it so small? It's very bizarre. It's showing me 2 lines at a time here. tiny.cc/finchat. So it's correct. So I don't know what that gentleman was talking about. And there's it again. There is again. tiny.cc/finchat. You saw me. I went to it. It works. So I don't know. I don't know. But Lynn wanted me to address that too last time, and I didn't. And so there you go. Link works. Okay, good to know. Time to reboot. Time for YouTube to reboot, maybe. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's not exactly the picture of success here, but hey, you know, I mean, I was surprised when I saw 1,700 because last time I looked, it was around 16, I think, or something. So, but like I said, I don't care. It's not the point. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Now, that out of the way. Do we have anything else? Do we have anything else? A 2023 protest. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow will be the day. Tomorrow will be the day now. Yes, of course, tomorrow. We have a saying around, used to say around here a lot from before, from the previous old channel, and it is called Free Beer Tomorrow. Free beer tomorrow. Sign in the bar, behind the bar, says free beer tomorrow. Come back tomorrow for free beer. Come back tomorrow, the sign says free beer tomorrow. And the next day, and the next day. When is this free beer coming? Tomorrow. That's it. Okay.
All right, some people emailed me about, I guess, some people, no, you should lead a protest. All right, here's my thing. Here's my feeling on protest.
Why? What purpose does that serve?
Protests in the 60s. What did that do? They got their heads cracked and they caught some kind of weird, you know what. Anyway.
I mean, actually, you want to talk about what protests actually, well, anyway.
As far as leading a protest against Wall Street.
What is the,
because of the AMC and everything, like, for real. Our voices are all being heard on social media. You think nobody's seeing it? The media, everybody's seeing it. What are we supposed to do? Go embarrass the government? You must do this. The government, please. I just did a little run with the government. They said it was okay to torture me. It wasn't that bad. Okay. But that being said, I'm going to do a little bit of math with you.
Wasn't that in the...
I can take a look at AMC, be angry,
anyway.
Yada, yada, yada. I can say, no, I'm going to make a half a sign. Let me get my Sharpie, cut up a cardboard box, go out there, look like a homeless person. Or... think about, okay.
Just don't go on a Saturday like the last group did. Mike forgot to say that part. Yeah, we did this protest in D.C. on a Saturday. On a Saturday. Those clowns barely work during the week. And you went on a Saturday. Okay, anyway.
Wait a minute. How much would it cost me to go do a protest? At least airfare, round trip, and hotel for one night. I mean, you got to eat a meal or something like that. You know, cab back and forth to the protest. you got to buy a cup of coffee. You know, fall's coming. So let's just say it costs you $500 to attend this protest. Obviously, people are gonna say in New York or Kansas or whatever. Like, who the fuck is going out there? Okay, now I take a look at the price.
Kansas City 5. That's who. The Kansas City 5. They did. Worked for them.
XRP. That $500 gives me 1,000 coins of XRP, and I can stay at home and be vocal here, right? Congressman, do all kinds of stuff like that, whatever. But if that 1,000 coins goes up $500 within the next year, that's $500,000. Now you're telling me you wanna get a piece of cardboard and a stick and go out there and try to save the whales? Popcorn, you're bad. And popcorn has the money to have strippers on demand. Let's be real. Do I like everything that happened?
Spend enough money for new sweaters all the time, but he doesn't buy them. He wears the same old ones. I'm really wondering what the fuck his point is too. Yeah, citizens arrest. I love that too. Citizens arrest. Citizens grand jury. Wow. Let's see if there's a point.
Yeah, that's why I had to go hustle and make my money elsewhere. Is this wrong? See, Jesus agrees with me. Jesus said, "Thou shalt be no protest." Anyway, at the end of the day, you got to understand, I'm not going to stand in front of no fucking building like a half a hippie with a sign. I'm sorry, that's not me. I'm an investor. I don't go for that.
Well, you know what?
At the end of the day, that
say I agree.
Could be converted to $5. Now let's just say that same $500. Let's say that thing goes up to, I don't know, $2,000. Let's say it goes up to ETH pricing. Let's say it goes up to where it was at 15. That's $1.5 million. Well, What fucking sign are you gonna write that's gonna make you exchange for $1.5 million? Look, I'll even make it better. Let's say that 1,000 coins, let's say it only gets up to $50. You just made $50,000. You made $50,000 on this whole thing. When people want to do these protests, is because people on YouTube want to be a celebrity. I don't give a fuck about that. People have met me in the street. I fucking hug people. What's up? I talk to people like whatever. Like, no, I'm telling you the reality. Think of me as your Uncle Lou, like for real. You know, not all fights you got to get involved in. That's not our fight no more. Okay, we got fucked up. They robbed us. We could still make some money on top. I'm telling you what to do in order to move forward. At the end of the day, it's all about moving forward. Listen. I love you motherfuckers. You've grown on me like fungus. Okay? You can't get rid of it. You kind of live with it. You know, whatever. But at the end of the day, why would I want to do a protest against a corrupt institution? Who's going to hear me out? The corrupt institution? They're not going to do a fucking thing for us. There's people out there that ain't got no homes. They ain't got no food. They ain't got no jobs. Some people, their whole city got vaporized. And they're out there like living on a half a tent.
Right.
And I'm going to protest AMC?
Yeah, no.
I'm going to make money. I'm a fucking capitalist. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's a fair point. Who cares? There's a group of children, you know, thought that they could manipulate the market, and they did successfully, but they were so overconfident. They were so, you know, high on their own supply that they didn't close the trade. And so now we're going to protest the government, which, you know, it's kind of silly, the whole way it's kind of the structure at this point, because you have stock markets that are privately owned by for-profit companies that are publicly traded on the stock exchange that they run. So I'm just saying, it's a business. It is a business. The market is not operated by the government. It's operated by private companies. And I'm not even talking about the off exchange or the ATS or the off exchange over the counter. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking the actual two major exchanges, listing exchanges. So that changed at some point, you know. But so I'm just saying that what would the government do anyway? I think they know that the apes feel that there's massive naked shorting. I think they know that. I think they know that that's what people believe. So the ball's in their court then, and nothing's happened. So I guess there's two choices, maybe more. No, one, they're looking into it behind the scenes, and at some point, you know, accountability will be sought. Number two, you know, they're not looking into it. They're turning a blind eye to it because Ken Griffin. Or number three, the apes are wrong. And there isn't. And they know there isn't. I don't know. Or, you know what? There's a fourth choice. It doesn't matter. See, that's the camp I'm in. Mostly. Because think about it. We've looked at all of the evidence that anybody has ever tried to proffer for naked shorting. We've seen it all. We have seen it all. And none of it is convincing. Not even close. And if it's not convincing to us, who's, you know, I mean, I like to think that standards are going to be pretty high for that. Why? I just don't see it. I just don't see it. So, yeah, I mean, think about how many times the SEC has been tweeted at. Think about how many times people have submitted, complaints on the SEC website, FINRA website, whatever. I mean, there are no do-overs. The do-over is you do better next time. That's it. That's it. Like, there is no money back. There is no money back guarantee. There is no, oops, undo, Control Z. There is no Control Z. And retroactive DD, in other words, learning about all this shit after you hit the buy button, was a mistake. Or trusting what anybody else says is a mistake. But I have a video clip that I want to play. This is from a video that I watched. Oops. No, same video. Okay. This was called, so kind of a cool channel here called Living L'Chaim, all right? Or also known as Kosher Money. So I was watching this here, this video. Wealth Advisor reveals how money plays tricks on your mind, featuring Naftali Horowitz. Okay, for Wealth Advisor, whatever. I don't know who. I've never heard of him. Okay, but I watched this video the other night, listened to it, and mostly stayed awake for most of it. But certainly did for the key section that I felt like was pretty relevant here. So just give me 1 second here to get this video queued up on the video player and into the stream. And while I'm doing that, I'll just put this up here. Finance chat link in the description. We have a few people here who have tested it, including myself, and it works. So if for some reason it doesn't work, try typing in the URL. I made it a short one. So, try that if it doesn't work. And if all else fails, and then contact me on Twitter at ScottyFinance. Yeah. And, I'll get this in here. Let me see if I can do that without messing anything else up. That'll work. Okay. So there was a section that I thought was, pretty relevant. And it's nothing new. It's all the same kind of stuff. What could possibly be new at this point? But, it just like, kind of rang true. So we'll see what you think. I clipped it out and the intention of showing it here. So here we go. Hopefully this works. And it's not, and I don't hear the sound. So let me oh, that's why. Let's try that again. Let's try that again, okay?
And that's true with inflation.
There we go.
And it's true with anything that is going on and keeps it anchored to a certain trend. So many people believe that interest rates are going back down to where they were. Wall Street people, Main Street people who have this vision of a 30-year mortgage at 3.2, 3.4. That's already high. It was 2.8, 2.7. 10-year Treasury at less than 1%. They're anchored to that. It may happen. It may not. But if it does, it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that it was once there.
Okay, that's something that, I think is very important to remember. So he's talking about this idea of anchoring. And so it's a cognitive bias where you're stuck on something, basically. You've anchored this price to what it was, what the price target was when you first bought into it 3 years ago, for example. Or you're anchored to interest rates at extremely low rates. right? Because that's what it had been for a while, for a long while. So it must go back there, right? Right. So the anchoring bias. So he's talking about how, you know, if interest rates do go back to zero, let's say, that has nothing to do with the fact that interest rates once were zero, if you follow kind of the thing. So they were zero for one reason. They were zero for a reason before. If they go back to zero, will it be for the same reason? I think not, because every situation's different. Now we're in a different climate. If they go back to zero, it'll be because of something else, right? AMC stock went to $72 on June 2nd, 2021. If it were to go back to $72 at some point, does it have anything to do with the reason it went to $72 on June 2nd, 2021? Probably not. Hopefully not, because at that point, most of the theaters were still closed. We were still in a pandemic. So being anchored to something can get you in a lot of trouble. Continuing here. This is a short clip. A couple more minutes.
I've met people who grew up in a generation where mortgages were 15, 16, 17%. And when they saw an 8% mortgage, they couldn't believe it. They said, who gives away money at 8%? And then when it came down to 3 or 4, they said the world's gone mad, because they were anchored to what they had grown up with. And if you're making this, and then when it came down to 3 or 4, they said the world's gone mad, because they were anchored to what they had
Here it is.
grown up with. And if you're making decisions based on an anchor of where a stock was, right? It's a bargain because it was 54 and now it's 27, and you're anchoring at the 52-week high, or vice versa. You're anchoring to the 52-week low and you're thinking the stock is overpriced because it's doubled since then. That's a terrible way to make a decision. We have to.
That's a terrible way to make a decision.
Thinking the stock is overpriced because it's doubled since then. That's a terrible way to make a decision.
I couldn't agree more.
We have to adjust to new realities. We have to almost clear the board of what's been, because history only teaches us so much.
This is why the nonsense about the bars pattern predicting a price in the future, like it's zero data, and those clowns, and going back further, Rico, going back even further, Astro, those guys that subscribe to that theory. I mean, you can't tell what's going to happen. You just can't. It's not how it works. But I like this. We have to adjust to new realities. We have to almost clear the board, because history only tells us so much, because each day is new. There's a new set of circumstances, a new context, which everything will be in and will affect everything. So the reasons, you know, what worked in 2021, well, let's say this, what worked in the market in 2021, 2022, and 2023, are they the same or different? Well, they're not the same, so they must be different. Because if you tried to do what you did in 2021 in 2022, you got fucked. If you tried to do in 2023 what you did in 2022, you got fucked so far. Clear the board. I like that a lot.
To new realities. We have to almost clear the board of what's been, because history only teaches us so much.
And this right here.
And where an investment has been does not tell you what its value is.
Where an investment has been does not tell you what its value is. By definition, because it was there, it had been there at one point. It had been at 72. That tells us nothing about what it is currently, what the current value is. Tells us nothing. We know on that day it was this price, that day was this price. Doesn't tell us what it is now.
And we shouldn't use that anchor the way you use the anchors that I put into this questionnaire, or it's going to lead to investment mistakes.
Investment mistakes. Okay.
So let's recap.
So, you know, that's all on that. You know, it's nothing groundbreaking, nothing, you know, out of the ordinary. This is, you know, stuff that everybody I thought learned. So anyway. Let's see here. Manuel posted a good video. Let's see if I can find that. Let's see. Which one is that, Ron? The Twitter stuff? Or oh, while I'm kind of looking for that, I'm sure everybody probably saw the Gasparino article here. I saw it in the New York Post. I don't know if it was published here or if this is just where it was. Oops. INC. I see some Twitter stuffs. About Gasparino.
Is that Gasparino? Gasparino, how are you?
Oh, God.
You're a little early. So what's going on, Gasparino? How come you don't read...
you gotta take care of yourself.
Why don't you read the court documents?
I will. Send them to me.
I have the chip.
Send them to me.
Why send it to you? Here's the chip.
No, I don't take a chip.
Why take a tip?
Hang on one second. I'm gonna call you back, okay?
Take a chip.
Give me a
Okay.
Come on, gas bags.
Send it to me, and I'll promise to read.
Here, gas bags. Here, look. Here's the chip.
Now,
Take.
how many times have you been arrested?
6. Maybe today. 6.
No,
5.
I'm not gonna
Here.
arrest you.
Take the chip.
No.
Why not?
Send it to me.
Why won't you? Why do you talk trash about AMC?
Why did you get arrested?
By the way, I would never take a USB. I don't know why he was calling it a chip. I would never take a USB drive from somebody like that and put it in any of my machines either.
First time? My two business partners stole my algorithm.
Okay, so then why did you get arrested and not them?
Oh, great question. Why don't you investigate?
No, just tell me.
Look at the court. Look at the legal documents.
So, but they arrested you because they sold your documents.
What?
They stole your documents, but they arrested you.
Documents.
I mean, they
source code is my
so
algorithm.
They stole it,
correct.
Right? But then they arrested you.
Right. So what happened? I filed a lawsuit. The two business partners, the first business partner, Dodge Service. Right? Did you look into this?
No.
Why not?
I'm busy.
But you know what? You know, you're conflated. Here's the chip. I want to give you the chip. Take the chip.
I don't take anything.
Why not?
I don't take anything from you.
Because you want plausible deniability?
No,
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you. When you tweet, Gasparino,
when you got
what do you know about MC?
When you got arrested,
yeah.
Did they put you in a jail or did you go to Rikers?
No, I got arrested and went straight to the Tombs.
So you went to the Tombs?
Yeah.
Horrible place.
No, it wasn't bad because I actually helped people out.
Really? So
yeah.
what did you do? Well, how'd you help them?
There was people who got written up, so you know there's an action. There's directives that the court officers have to comply with.
Right.
So I filed their appeals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you do some good in your life.
I do. I have.
Now
And you know what? I filed a writ of mandamus against the city to get $9 million to fix a local park.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why? What happened with you and Adam Aaron?
Oh, you know Adam Aaron ran a scheme.
Okay.
What is Project?
Yeah, I don't know why he's giving him the time of day. To be honest with you, Model 3 dude, it's you know. I don't know. It's kind of odd.
So, you know, there's an action. There's directives that the court officers have to comply with.
Right.
So I filed their appeals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you do some good in your life.
I do. I have.
Now
And you know what? I filed a writ of mandamus against the city to get $9 million to fix a local park.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why? What happened with you and Adam Aaron?
Oh, you know Adam Aaron ran a scheme.
Okay.
What is Project Popcorn?
But you said,
No. Why can't you answer simple? I just answered 12. I just answered 12 questions.
Why did you get? Did you put a restraining order against you?
No, wrong person. It's a Texan.
Okay. Well, what did Adam Aaron do?
So let's talk about the Texan. Why did Adam Aaron file a petition out in Texas?
Okay. Why?
You tell me. You're supposed to investigate. You're the reporter.
Busy with a million things.
No, you don't. You conflate. You don't look for the truth. Come on, Gasparino.
Why does Adam Aaron have any action against you?
0.
So nothing.
Nothing.
Just a guy from Texas.
Correct.
Okay.
And he has one in Kansas against him. The Texas he won, and he filed a federal lawsuit out in the Eastern District.
So who won which?
So let's go with the narrative. Ready? And then I'll ask questions.
No.
Why won't you entertain? Are you pleading the fifth? Do you know information about AMC and the scheme and Project Popcorn? How about that one?
Did you get arrested 7 times?
No, 5. I told you.
5.
Today could be the 6th if you're going to lie. Because today could be the 6th if you're going to make up a false story.
I'm not going to do it. I got to
And that's what I'm
run.
telling you. You're not going to run.
Yes, I got to go. Listen, you're not such a bad guy.
No, Gasparino, answer the question.
Got to go.
Did you, Gasparino? So what happened in Texas?
You're a good guy.
What happened in Texas, Gasparino?
What happened in the tombs?
The tombs? I help people out. Why? But wait a minute. Why was I found guilty though?
No,
How? Did the jury procure a false conviction?
Wait a second.
Did I get a false conviction?
So the first time you got arrested, you went to the tombs.
Right. Second time, what did I expose?
No, but where'd you go then?
Excuse me?
You went back to the tombs?
No, I went to Rikers. How did I find guilty?
Rikers.
What happened to Judge Ferrara?
Third time.
What happened to Judge Ferrara?
What third time? What happened then?
No, the second time was a bench warrant where I exposed and I put the DA in Manhattan on notice.
You went to Rikers.
No, I won that case.
No, which one time did you go to Rikers?
The first. Why did I go though?
No, I thought you said the tombs.
Dude, you get arrested. You only go to Rikers once you're convicted. What are you talking about?
So you got convicted.
How did I get convicted?
You're a convicted felon?
Misdemeanor.
So you got sent to Rikers on a misdemeanor charge?
Yes, but why did I lose? But wait a minute, Gasparino, why don't you investigate? How did I lose? How did I lose?
How does that happen?
How did I lose?
Listen, I don't have time to argue with you.
No, but here's the
You
thing.
seem like a bad guy.
I'm not, but Gasparino, here.
Okay, part 3. An odd interaction.
Rikers on a misdemeanor charge?
Yes, but why did I lose? But wait a minute, Gasparino, why don't you investigate? How did I lose? But how did I lose?
How does that happen?
How did I lose?
Listen, I don't have time to argue with you.
No, but here's the
You
thing.
seem like a bad guy.
I'm not, but Gasparino, here, I got a question for
But
you.
here's the thing.
Let me ask you, what happened in Texas?
I have no idea. But
Why don't you investigate?
What
Did
happened-
Adam Aaron file a protective order, an application?
What happened to the third arrest?
Third arrest, I was helping a friend out.
Okay, and where did
They
put
stole
you
his
then?
house.
And where did they
Nothing,
put
they
you?
didn't help me anything, I won.
So you
Right.
So
What happened to the
no,
fourth
when
arrest?
they arrested you?
Yeah, I helped a friend out whose house was
they didn't
into
stick you in
foreclosure.
tombs?
No,
Okay, but why'd you get arrested then?
because I helped a friend out. They stole his house. I was in Queens Civil Court.
Okay, so you went.
So a court
you-
officer
okay.
made a lie. We recorded it to document it. They made up
So they
charges.
didn't put you. They didn't
No.
put you in Canada.
What happened to the fourth?
Tell me.
The fourth, I helped a complete stranger. 3 dirty cops were effectuating an unlawful search.
Where did they put you that time?
Nothing. I won. I filed a
you
federal
didn't- So
lawsuit.
when they arrested you, they didn't put you in.
It's in Queens.
So I mean, what?
It's for one day. Then I got released ROR.
So you got released from the local precinct in Queens.
Not in the precinct. You go to the Queens. You get what's it called?
So that's 4.
Right. The fifth one's a great story.
Okay, go.
Just happened in November.
Let's go. Tell us.
Why don't you investigate?
Tell us.
I've been prosecuting my lawsuit out in Queens Civil Court, which was transferred from Queens Supreme Court. I sued my third set of business partners for $1 million. What happened? The two attorneys are committing perjury. My business partner committed perjury. They filed a perjured affirmation and affidavit.
You have an interesting life.
Yeah.
I might write about it.
You're not going to write it back.
I'll be back to you.
But let me ask you this, Gasparino. Let me ask
I
you this
gotta
seriously.
go.
No, why are you running? I'm going to run with you, gas bags. Come on. Here, wait a minute. I want to give you the chip. Gas bags, take the chip. Why will Gasparino take a chip that has all the USB, that has all the files in Chancery Court?
Are you harassing me now?
Oh, you're
Are
such
you
a
stalking
clown.
me?
Now this is
Are
a
you
clown.
stalking me now?
I thought we were doing pull-ups.
Are you stalking me now?
Hold on. How about this one?
Are you stalking me now?
I got to do this for you, Pedro. Hold on.
Pedro,
Here's the tape measure. Hold on, Pedro. He's this tall.
look at it.
Pedro, he is officially Pedro. He is.
Great.
What's? Hold on, no, don't push it down. Let's get the relationship. Come on. Why are you running away, gas bags? He's officially 6 inches.
Wouldn't answer simple direct questions. I'm not sure that I would either, but wow. Interesting. Hey, Tommy. Well, where do we start? I mean, one could say, actually, that you didn't miss much, to be honest. So that's AMC. So you had your reverse split and all that, and all-time lows, pretty much. But yeah, good to see you. Where are you at now? Forget what you said last time. Anyway, OG. You know, we probably should look at this too. So here's the futures for the S&P and the NASDAQ. So the futures market did open today, and it runs to tomorrow morning, and then it will close, and it'll reopen tomorrow at 6. So we see basically flat. We're looking at basically flat here. And you know, if you have, let's see, I need to interval, time, date range, get all those combined. And come on. There we go. There we go. So here's a daily. I really just wanted to look at this here. So I just happened to notice I threw the Bollinger Bands on here, and I was looking, and I was also looking at the volume. So I don't know why this line really doesn't need to be here, but it just was today, so I could see where it was on the intraday. So I could see where today started back here. So I'll just take that off on the daily. So I see that the market basically rode the Bollinger Bands down, and we had this rally thing, and we're now at the top, sort of to the top of the Bollinger Bands. So that's something. But of course, that's what happened here as well over here, and then it shot up more. So who knows on that? I mean, I just I would say hardly tradable, at least in my opinion. So, okay, Thailand. Awesome. Sweet. Yeah, and then I guess we could put the other ones on here. So Russell and Dow on the futures. So I thought the volume would be lower than it was before. Let's see, like last week or whatever. But really, I mean, it wasn't that terribly low. Anyway, the dollar is doing its thing, and the VIX is hanging around 13, and it's basically ridden the Bollinger Bands down. So that's something. Now it's coming to this point here. Which is, way lower than it was at any previous time, but kind of maybe a key level here where it may want to reverse. So this would be kind of lining up with what we were looking at over here. This, right? And if we look at the other times when the bands hit that area, as we can sync our crosshairs there and see, some of these local lows on this side, or I'm sorry, highs corresponding sort of to the lows in the VIX. Here's the high point here, but curiously, you have, it's just, and I realize I'm looking at the VIX futures, or the VIX, and I'm looking at the NASDAQ here. So anyway, just kind of taking a look at things here in terms of that. But I was really curious what crude oil was doing today so far, and other energy, natural gas. So again, we had this breach the upper band, and 90 to 95% of the time you're going to stay within the band, so could indicate something. And that pretty much does it for the futures that we look at usually. You know, Bitcoin and Ethereum are essentially flat too. Some wild swings though. Anyway, let's see if there's anything new here, and then if not, we'll probably call it a night. So thanks. Thought about AI or Al and earnings coming. AI or Al? Probably AI then, right? If I don't know how AI and AMC. Yeah, that looks the same, so I can't tell off that. These damn sans serif fonts and the I and the I and the L are the same, so I can't tell. Oh, it's a feature, not a bug, Scott. Oh, okay.
What's up, guys? So I've been out here sweating. I'm actually soaking wet right now, working in the yard.
Great, awesome.
This hit me earlier when I took a break. There's something I watched, and then something I watched a couple days ago. Wanted to share this with you because it looks like our hope now lies truly in, obviously, the fundamentals and
obviously
what they're going to look like for the next quarter. And then,
but I don't see how is that. I don't. I mean. Okay. All right.
Share this with you because it looks like our hope now lies truly in, obviously, the fundamentals and what they're going to look like for the next quarter, and then paying off debt, all that crap that the snake talks about. But listening to some of the snake guys, it looks like the chart is primed, right? It's sitting and it's in this prime scenario, so we can hope.
Oh,
that the chart
is that really okay? It's a primed scenario. I mean, all right.
So right, and we're gonna blast off, hopefully in the next week or two. If not, then probably time to loosen the seat belts and just chill out and relax, and just know that you're on like a AMC Carnival cruise. God knows for a while.
What?
They did start those cruises. You hear about those cruises that are almost a year round? Well, anyway, check this out. I just thought this was hilarious. I wanted to share with you.
This very rocket shall be the first cat to go to the moon.
Of course they're sending a cat to the moon. It's every rat's dream to go there. Because we all know the moon is definitely made of cheese. It should be a rat who goes. A rat like me.
I sure wish I could sneak onto that ship.
What is it, Otto?
As soon as that brave cat steps on that rocket,
I'm gonna get in trouble for showing that. I'm not playing that. I'm gonna get in trouble. That, yeah, I mean, I agree with Ron's 3-part message here. What the actual fuck? No. No thanks. Thank you for the copyright strike. Okay, so we got a lot of the same, just every week. This could actually be epic on Tuesday. Watch before Tuesday. 500 billion sold, never purchased. Never purchased. How do you... Okay. Adam Aaron forces the SEC to look into AMC FTDs and the threshold list. Just kidding, they aren't going to do shit. Love it. Look into AMC FTDs. Like, what is there to look into? It doesn't indicate anything. Swans are the only thing that can force the shorts to cover. Nothing can force them to. Like, it's like the apes selling their shares. Nobody can force them to do that. Nobody can force people to cover shorts. But, I mean, it's lucky for the apes. I mean, it looks like they already have. If this short interest is to be believed, I don't know.
A stockbroker / financial advisor. Now this
Let's see.
Taylor
Swift, right, of course. Taylor Swift's mesmerizing performance. Oh, now we get into some Reddit stuff. That's juicy.
Just a new business model, but one never seen yet. Hopefully this buzz doesn't fade out quickly in 6 to 8 weeks, and AMC can land more of these deals with other performers. Now this is absolutely huge, and the reason it's huge is because Adam Aron has somehow put himself in a position to cut Hollywood out of the deal, cut that middleman out of the deal, and now AMC is going to make connections with these separate celebrities to bring in more revenue, and cutting out a big player like that.
So who asked, if the studios are going to get pissed about that? But now, according to this guy, now they're going to make deals with all of the big superstars like Taylor Swift, which I don't, who else, what are the, who are these other superstars like Taylor Swift? But anyway, and, this is it. This is the play. This is the pounce.
That in the industry could be a very, very dangerous move, but it also could bring you to the top. Now, digging a little deeper, 2 business days after the 8/11 AMC ruling, DTCC sent out a reminder to participants about contra QSIPs and tenders. This could explain the massive numbers of separate AMC QSIPs, new contra QSIPs created for obligations that need to close, or upcoming changes impacting reorganizations events with an early tender deadline date. Looks like starting next month, those that close early after next month can pay a early premium and not get really screwed after that deadline. You guys let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below.
I heard that was for options.
That Investor Place has this article on him is a red flag. AMC Stock Alert talking about another retail investor fighting to be on AMC's board. We saw crypto plays try this. We're seeing many retail try this. We're seeing Al from Boston put out.
This is crypto plays. Stocks and crypto creep, as we call him. Does he know that? I don't know.
Polls about being on the board, and in my opinion, a lot of these influencers is not a good idea to put them on the board for AMC. But if you think somebody should be, let me know in the comments down below. I've had people ask me about it. I just don't think I'd be a fit for it, or that it's even a good idea. Now, synthetic sellers using
I'll go ahead and tell you, you're not a good fit for it, kid. There's no question about that. Can't wait till this turns into the best story of the stock market. What's that? Charlotte. Selena Gomez. Now I know who Model 3 dude likes.
Bonds are being
I'll keep my mouth shut on that.
Against a lot of short positions. When this collateral doesn't match the short positions is when things get crazy, like January 2021 or even June 2021. This goes for all bonds being used as
bonds again.
AMC bonds were worthless at the end of 2020, and when they spiked, it created havoc and got the buy button turned off for people, as a lot of people were upside down on positions. Like Samuel Clemens says on Twitter, an event where they go worthless back in 2020 could trigger events that happened back in 2021 when the was taken away. Now, the last piece I wanted to touch on.
I mean, come on. Like, okay, great, yeah. It may trigger events like when the buy button was taken away. I mean, but aren't we? Are we just going to ignore everything else? Like all of the fake money, the funny money, monopoly money that everybody had that they bought all these worthless stocks with, for example. I mean, that you could, whatever, bonds, sure. But without money to buy the stock and pump it up, who cares? And do you really think that we're going to have that again? Do you really think that we're going to be getting, the same deal? I mean, we're still in the cleanup operation from what we did in 2021 with that. So I just don't see it.
AMC, but something posted by Charles Gasparino says it's a shame more
we looked at that.
Didn't call this out.
It is a shame they didn't call it out. It absolutely is a shame that Moore didn't call it out. And it was surprising to me that they didn't. It was surprising to me how the media just, basically patronized these clowns. And I guess on some level it makes sense because they can make money off of it, like Charles Payne.
CNBC pushed back a little bit here and there, but you know, they should have called it out.
It's obvious based on what you can find on a balance sheet. Short sellers made.
Now, I do take a little bit of exception with the use of the O word there. I mean, but I agree. Ultimately, I agree with what he's saying. It was obvious. It was so obvious based on what you can find on a balance sheet. Because, yeah, the company was bringing in no revenue. That's on the balance sheet. So does the price match fundamentally what is indicated on the balance sheet? No, it didn't.
Hundreds of millions of dollars in August. What you can find on a balance sheet, short sellers made hundreds of millions of dollars in August.
They did.
Because AMC's finances included massive cash burn, lots of debt, and movie attendance that, due to streaming, hasn't returned to pre-pandemic levels. I just wanted to point this out there because a lot of people are talking about short sellers making over $300 million on AMC stock, and the reality of this is that it is all unrealized. No short sellers.
No, that's not true. It's not unrealized. It's not unrealized. I mean, sure, some of it is. But again, I'm showing you this here. Short interest is down. And, you know, if there's one thing that Wall Street knows how to do that the apes don't. There's a lot of things, actually. But it's take profits, especially shorts. I mean, short positions, the name of the game is taking the profit. And in a way, it's probably easier to understand because, you know, you're only in it for one reason. You could be in a long position because you think, you know, you're day trading it, swing trading it, holding it for a longer period of time. But a short position, there's no short and hold. Short and hold is not really a thing that I'm aware of. They don't short and hold like the apes buy and hold. They short and take profits. And then, you know, so it's not unrealized.
Able to successfully close out their short positions profitably because they are trapped in the play. Also,
that doesn't even make sense, though. How does that make sense? They can't close it out because they're trapped in the play. Doesn't make sense. How are they trapped? Does anybody have trouble buying a share if they want to buy a share? No. They need us to sell. No, they don't. They don't need you to sell.
Successfully close out their short positions profitably because they are trapped in the play. Also,
trapped?
Who would
No,
listen to Charles?
You're the one who's trapped. You are the one who's trapped. Literally, he's literally, you know, flipped around.
Gasparino. Now, before we move on, I'm just going to talk about wrong. Now, platform changes.
Nope.
Information about potential of 23. It would be exciting to see the GameStop release.
Look at this.
2 terabyte S, and I post my
trades awesome.
as I take them. Let's get back to the video.
Yeah, as soon as you take your trades, it's too late to follow you in taking your trade. So monkey see, monkey do does not work, as more people should know by now. But anyway,
release their own 2 terabyte SSD on September 1st, 2023. It would be exciting to see them launch more similar products with their own branding, considering the strength of the brand name GameStop. It would be even more exciting to see them provide any information about potential future products in their upcoming earnings report. However, I would say it's less likely considering GameStop typically keeps quiet about their plans. They also added an installation guide in video format directly on the listing. Simple, but helpful to customers. So GameStop is doing things in the background, and as many of you know, they do like to keep quiet, but this is a fire product, and we do have earnings coming up on Wednesday.
Is it really, though? Is it really? I don't know. I don't know. GameStop 2 terabyte SSD. Okay, I'll look into that.
Is a fire product, and we do have earnings coming up on Wednesday, and we're going to touch on the charts right now. GameStop currently trading at $18.42, and take a look down here. Every single time earnings hits, it plays.
Well, considering you can get a Samsung 2 terabyte SSD, is that an SSD? Yeah, it's an SSD. Now, it's not a, I don't think it's the same spec. Considering you could get a crucial M.2 2 terabyte internal SSD for literally for $80 at Best Buy. At Best Buy, I don't know.
Anyway.
Plays out something very, very similar, and we are at the same exact point. I'm going to bring the drawing right here for you guys.
All that.
These orange lines are exactly when earnings plays out, and you can see that GameStop always has this gap up on earnings at some point, but right before has this little U-dip recovery. It has this every single time. Now, if I shrink this, you'll see that every single earnings, it had a gap up. So not only back here, but here, right here, a small one back here.
So why would this one be any different? See, this is the thing. You are going off of the past. You are going off the past, and you're not even describing it correctly because, no, it did not have a gap up every time. But I'll overlook that and just say, you know, you are literally copying and pasting fucking parts of a chart and moving it around, and you believe that the past predicts the future, and it doesn't. So that's a fundamental flaw.
Here. And finally, what is going to happen this upcoming earnings?
Well, they're probably...
In my opinion, just taking a quick look at it, not spending too much time on it, this is my outlook.
How do we know? So we're going to look at the chart to see what's going to happen based on earnings. Really, we're going to use the chart to predict that. Again, fundamentally flawed. Basic.
Whether it happens on Tuesday or whether it happens on earnings, I do see an 18% move on GameStop coming up and getting rejected at the resistance level at around $21.50 or $21.75. That is the range I'm looking at for GameStop. It's making this U recovery. I expect we get a...
Who cares? And I mean, what difference does that make? Who is going to sell? This is their philosophy, not mine. Who is going to sell their shares at that price anyway? Who cares if you have a bump to $30?
A gap.
They want it to go to 300, 3,000, 30,000, right? Who cares about $20? Honestly, what difference does that make? And I don't even believe it, first of all. I think it's, yeah. Probably not. But, you know, we can see how well we can see how well Ryan Cohen did leading the company. I mean, if you use the stock price as an indicator, he hasn't done a great job.
At some point, plus
has not done a great job.
GameStop is set to rip very, very soon. However,
set to rip.
This could just be a fake out to get retail into purchasing premium to lose money on GameStop. So be very, very careful with that because this is also something you could expect, a retracement coming into earnings and then a rip. But assuming that this isn't lined up correctly, and it doesn't repeat, but it does.
Well, it doesn't line up correct. Nothing lines up correctly. Listen to him. He's like, oh, this might not line. Maybe I don't have it lined up right. No, that's not the problem here. It's not you don't have it. It's not because it's not perfectly lined up. The whole idea is flawed.
You could get a nasty, nasty gap up for GameStop. The next level I'd watch is $24.50, the top of this resistance level. That's my outlook on GameStop. You guys let me know in the comments if you're playing it, and if you are playing it, let's talk more about it.
Why would you play it?
Released its annual. They've sold, but not yet purchased. 534.33. Released its annual. They've seen it, and if you let's talk.
Look at this. So here's a completely ignorant take on an earnings report balance sheet.
And Bank of America released its annual. They've sold, but not yet purchased. $534.33 billion worth of securities in 2022 alone. Yeah, I bet you thought.
So what? That is how it works. You don't understand what that even means, what it even reports. Every institution has that line. You thought it was just Citadel.
$1 billion worth of securities.
Large number.
2022.
Large number. Large number. Hate the large number. Be mesmerized by a large number. They must be bad.
Yeah, I bet you thought that was overall, but in 2022 alone. But if you Venmo $600, remember you get audited by the IRS. Now this is extremely.
No, you don't get audited by the IRS. I mean, this is who people are taking financial advice from. You know, G-Man, who's saying that
If you Venmo $601, you get audited by the IRS. Yes, you get audited. They audit you. They 100% audit you. Full audit. No.
Pay attention to, because what year was the full year of AMC's decline? 2022. Sold securities, not yet purchased. We know Citadel's is huge as well. Apparently, JP Morgan notified the Treasury Department of more than $1 billion in transactions.
Yeah. I just have one question for this kid, or suggestion. Go look up what that actually means before you talk about something. If you can't describe it, you can't talk about it. And I'm not talking about reading from a screen. I'm not talking about reading an article. I'm saying if you can't just talk about it, then you have no business talking about it, quite frankly, because you are spreading misinformation. Okay? Thank you.
Related to human trafficking by Jeffrey Epstein dating back 16 years. And this is why JP Morgan wants to settle the Jeffrey Epstein lawsuits outside of the court. How many of these banksters were visiting Epstein's island? Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. Or
I mean, I hate to sound whatever, but who fucking cares? How does that affect your money? How does it affect my money? Am I going to get paid because these banksters were dating, visiting Jeffrey Epstein's island? Is that going to affect my bottom line? I don't see how it would. So I don't see it as relevant. I'm sorry, I just don't. Of course, obviously, I'll even use that word again. Obviously, if these allegations are true, it's, unspeakable. If, we obviously don't support any of this type of stuff. But it's also something that is irrelevant to this channel. And I believe is irrelevant to his as well. Whatever, talk about whatever you want. But putting it in a video like this, no. This is one of those social issues, or one of these fringe type of things that's tangentially related because it's related to JP Morgan, because they are, but it is not related. And, am I going to sit here and talk about something like that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I would never sit here and be on camera with a tank top on either. So that's just me. I mean, personally, anyway. Okay, one last check here, and then we'll probably just call it a night. Thank you guys for hanging out. Oh, look, they just keep coming up.
Hey friends, welcome to Stocks and Crypto Plays. Real quick, I know I haven't done any videos today. I'm just kind of taking a little break.
Taking a break because he's got a big day tomorrow.
Little video clip where this Fast Money on Fox Business analyst says that the Taylor Swift news didn't...
Well, it's CNBC, but who's counting? They're both mainstream media.
...pump AMC at all. And he said it's because basically the Adam Aaron diluting the retail shareholders in the reverse split that destroyed our stock.
Vindication.
Campaign, really. This guy knows it. Watch this video clip.
Vindication.
You can tell. And at the end, he's like, that's not even...
So this is curious then. Most of the time, they rail against the mainstream media because all they do is spread FUD. But now, but he's talking about how shitty the stock is. That's the irony. He's talking about... This is hilarious. All right. Let me go back.
Split that destroyed our stock at all.
And let me go back.
This little video clip where this Fast Money on Fox Business analyst says that the Taylor Swift news didn't pump AMC at all.
It didn't, though. Did you look at the chart? It didn't. The stock was actually down that day. So, yeah, I hate to say it, but they don't care. It doesn't matter. It's not groundbreaking. It's not innovative. It's, just not. Okay.
And he said it's because basically the Adam Aaron diluting the retail shareholders in the reverse split that destroyed our stock. It's a theft campaign, really. This guy knows it. Watch this video clip. You're not going to believe it. You can tell. And at the end, he's like, that's not even, I don't even have time to tell you what's really going on with that stock. He knows what's up. He knows about the illegal naked shorting. He knows about the collusion.
Does he actually say that?
Terra Capital.
Jason, come on. Does he actually say that?
Crash of AMC stock after the 90% theft they just did from retail shareholders. They took 90% of your shares. They stole it and they rigged the vote. How?
This guy thinks he's going to be, he thinks he seriously has a shot at getting elected to the fucking BOD. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is 1 minute of absolute verbal fucking diarrhea. It's just ridiculous. Start from the beginning to the end, which we haven't seen yet of his comments. They stole 90% of the shares. Theft. Garbage. Stick with selling fucking glasses, bro. Stick with fucking glasses. Jesus Christ.
Terra Capital bought 100 million APE. Also, they had all the registered computer share votes yes.
Oh.
The regular shareholders vote. It was an automatic yes.
Oh.
Seen this in my channel yet, guys? Also,
yes, of course we did.
And the paid chills by Adam Aaron and his group.
Who are they? Proof? You think I'm a bot or a shill? Where's the proof that there are? Where's the proof that Adam Aaron paid for them? Where's the proof of any of it? That there is none. Okay, and there's, you know, clearly this guy is not going to talk about all this kind of shit. I mean, unless he does.
Fake accounts on social media.
Fake accounts
to promote his agenda. They are on full attack mode on me all over social media. Why? Because
I don't know. I don't know why. Because anybody was, they're probably actually really apes. Then they're probably, you know, reacting. Because they don't like him. But, I mean, anybody who knows anything would know. Just save your breath. Save your keystrokes. You don't need to do anything to ensure that this clown gets nowhere. I mean, just listen to the last minute and a half of this video. That pretty much is your justification for just sitting on your hands and watching the show and maybe eating some popcorn. It's
because I'm running for the board and they're terrified of having me on.
They're terrified of that. Yes. You know what? They are, because you're such a fucking moron. And if you actually got elected, it might just happen, actually. I don't know.
Terrified of it. So their bots are on.
Yeah, they're terrified of it because you don't think the company's in trouble and that they don't need to raise money. Wow. Oh, my God.
How do I know who's a paid hedgy supporter? How do I know who's a real ape? Okay, easy. Anyone who supports...
Yeah, none of that was a lie.
Or the reverse split, they're a paid hedge fund supporter. Anyone who fought publicly the reverse split is a real ape. It's that...
Anyone who fought a real ape... Oh, yeah. This guy is... Wow. I do hope he has a job, and I hope he has health insurance, because he needs some goddamn help. Holy fucking hell. I mean, come on. Fucking come on. Anybody who held the same opinion as you is a real member of this community. And everyone else, well, they're just, you know, they're just confused, and or they're bots or shills. Oh, Jesus.
Simple. It's so easy to know, okay? So hit like, subscribe.
It's so easy to know. I'm a pretentious asshole.
It's a real ape. It's that simple. It's so easy to know, okay? So hit like.
What is wrong with this guy? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? I want to know. I need to know.
Video clip. Let
seriously.
Comment below. Wow.
I mean, the only thing I can say is, Jesus, it's going to be funny to watch these fucking clowns squirm. I mean, it is. Like, anytime, I mean, what do? They blame everybody else. They just whine and bitch. And, oh, I'm going to join the board. Okay.
Oh, there's something there.
Okay.
Don't you, friends, all right? Talk
okay.
To you soon. Oh, hey, by the way, please sign my petition. If you haven't signed it yet, it's on change.org. I'll pin the link in the comments, okay? Sign it.
No.
Nominate me to the board, because when I'm nominated, and I will be soon, I'll be on the ballot. Once I'm on the ballot, I'm going to win. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.
What happens when you don't? Are we going to have to put you on
Anyway, I'm not going to go there. But what happens when you don't win? What happens when you don't get nominated even? What happens then? Oh, it's crime. It's somebody else did it. It's not my fault. It's not our fault. They rigged the vote. Legal hoax. All right.
Yeah. By the way, note how AMC...
I'm going to play this out, and then we'll roll the song. So I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Have a good one.
Didn't rally through the roof on this as it should have. And that's because they've been too busy jamming their investors and diluting them and doing reverse share splits. And, the stock's gone from 44 to 12 in the last 3 weeks. How's that taste?
I think this is the rally.
Yeah.
Where it would have been without this, I don't know.
We can't, there's not enough time to talk about what's gone on there. So I won't.
Multi-year low.
Multi-year low. Up next, final trades.
Another blunt, man. This is good time. You full of shit, full of shit, full of shit, and you need to quit.
That's a funny one.
Full of shit,
All right, see you guys.